Hey, Sassy fam, welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. You guys, feeling so good, feeling so energized. It's like an Ace of Wands over my Eight of Pentacles type of situation where we have some nice, strong, fresh energy. I feel reinvigorated, recharged, if you will, for my work energies and what I'm doing there in writing. Going very well. Thank you all so much once more for asking and encouraging. Yeah, but loving it. I completely redid my office space. I invested in one of those electronic standing desks, you know? It is very hard for me to sit still for hours at a time, which is ironic then that I seem to gravitate towards those professions that require you to sit for hours at a time. So it seemed the natural compromise then to help aid me in my goals is to get one of those standing desks, and it's already been a huge game changer. So glad that I invested in that and just completely redid my surrounding wall space. New vision boards are up and running and just loving it. It's already reflecting in my work, and like I said, just feeling really refreshed there. Writing in the general sense continues to be fruitful, continues to be prosperous. Thank you. Grateful that I get to do what I do and love what I love. There's nothing quite like that feeling. And just, again, grateful, very grateful. And I can say that there are talks of my getting a regular column. The goals are going so well. I'm so thankful and grateful for you all and your asking and your support and your encouragement and wanting updates, and just thank you, you know. I hope that you are making strides and advances in your own personal goals, and be they personal or professional, may they be. Put your good self into it and you will get good results, I promise. All right, you guys, what are we doing today? Oh, I decided instead of doing the layered technique, I said, you know what? Let's take it to basics. Let's do horseshoe. Many of you are like, I know that. You should. A lot of folks learn tarot using a classic horseshoe spread. It's a 5-card draw. It's going to represent past, right? A little bit of the past, present, and future orientation. And I will clarify a couple of those points. Not all, but some of them. Yeah. And of course, we'll do oracles and charms as well. If you're wanting to learn tarot, this, aside from layering, is probably one of the easiest things that you can do for yourself. And it's a very gentle way to explore tarot, again, for yourself first, and then when you get comfortable, maybe with others. All right, you guys, like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. If there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, right, that I personally did not see or call out, then you feel free to reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which I know is frustrating, but it's also normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. You guys, let's get into it, you know? Like always, I will see you for the Sunday check-in. I will see you at some shorts. I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Leo, please. Past, present, future. Past, present, future, Leo. What's going on, please, for Leo? Past, present, future. Ace of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. 5 of Wands. Oh, the Devil. Future, 3 of Cups. In the past, I can see that you had a very open heart. You likely fell in love, right? Felt the love, fell in love. The cup runneth over, as we like to say. Without some sort of grid line around, it's hard for me to tell if things are even, and I don't believe I'm OCD. I like to call it having standards, okay? I like things to be uniform, tidy, and frankly lined up. There you go. So in the Ace of Cups, I can see that your heart was full in the past, and it was lovely, and it was gorgeous, and it was delicious, right? And then Ace of Pentacles, time passed, and you did well in work. You had your own particular endeavors, the master of your craft, and things were well, things were functioning. Present day, there is fight in you, fight possibly around you. We're going to go ahead and definitely check that fight with the 5 of Wands. In the future, the Devil, touch of obsession in some way. And then 3 of Cups is in the outcome, a chance for connecting, reconnecting. I am deeply curious about your Ace of Cups there in the past. I want to check out your heart space and what was going on there, what was rocking that particular boat. Let's see that Ace of Cups, please. Let's see. That Ace of Cups, please. the Four of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Three of Wands. You had waited some time for love to appear. Sometime. And it was coming from an unhappy place, Four of Cups. It seems like, you know that expression, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. It's kind of like, it's never my turn to be in love until one day it was. And it crossed time before something caught up to your heart space. It took time. I don't think you were expecting to find love. I don't think you were expecting to be in love. I can just kind of see that you were down in the dumps in the past and upset, possibly emotionally detached in some way. And then out of nowhere, it seemed, communication started to fly. But it's coming across the span of time. I don't think you were looking to be open in love until one day you were. Communication started one day, seemingly out of nowhere. And your heart space went from a place of negative to positive, to feeling full, anticipation of feeling full and expressing yourself and loving yourself, loving someone else. But it took time. It took time to arrive, and then it lingered in your heart for some time. Eight of Pentacles, you do well in work. We're going to go ahead and skip that one. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you do well. Okay. I want to jump more in present day. Where does this fight come from? Let's see that Five of Wands, please. One more. Let's see that Five of Wands. There's that Devil again. Oh, I already feel like giving that guy the middle finger. Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Why does the energy feel so choked? Feels so weighed down. Yeah, you don't have any space. You feel like you don't have any space, and it's building anger in you, resentment. No sense of independence or freedom, or at least you feel this way or perceive it this way. That you yourself are not free. That you don't get to be free. That you're bound to something and you can't shake it. And it causes a fight in you and therefore outside of you. Resentment builds in you quite high at this time. So this one's very specific. At this point it is either A, you're reading, or B, it isn't. There's not much wiggle room in there. These two directly oppose each other. Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. We have to work hard for independence, but it's like you're saying, I never get it. I never get to be me. You feel trapped all the time, and that devil's just sitting on you. Five of Wands makes you angry. There's a lot of anger in here. A lot of resentment that you don't get to be you. Or you feel that you can't be you. You can't express yourself without it always being an uphill battle. I'm going to press on that Devil point a little more. That's a lot of anger in there, honey. A lot of resentment. It's almost like you're saying you perceive yourself as whatever it is you do is never good enough. Taken for granted, and that you personally have no space to express yourself, to be your own person, to be your own man, to be your own woman. And that's a lot of anger. And it feels like it perpetuates with the Devil there, not once but twice. The Lovers, the Ten of Wands, Six of Wands. There's a very strong connection here with the Lovers there. It intensifies things. It's looking very unrequited. This is just tarot math, if you will. The Devil plus the Lovers almost always means unrequited. So that's part of your resentment, is that you feel that you're always prohibited from a very strong connection. One that you personally take pride in. It makes you feel good. But at the same time, you see it as a laborious cost to you, that you're always divided from an ultimate connection. The connection. The one that speaks to you. And it speaks to you very loudly these days, with the Devil sitting on top of that kind of resentment package. That you can't ever just be your own man or your own woman or your own Leo, if you will. You always feel separated and divided from yourself and what it is that you really, really want. A lot of anger in there. A lot of anger, a lot of resentment. What are we going to do about it? Okay, because I see you sitting there really being pissed off and angry and frustrated. You're saying you know what your heart's desire is and you never get to access it. What happened to that love there in the past? Let's say that Three of Cups, please, in the future. Let's say that Three of Cups here, please, in the future. The Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. There's something here in future, mind you. This is in that category of yet to be. Okay? You'll be bringing down a love construct, one that you say used to thrive in. And it's one of the reasons why you work so hard to produce so much over the years. Again, this is stretched out over time, guys. It's a horseshoe. Past that flows into present, into the future. I could be looking at anything from days, weeks, but this is most likely years. Okay? Years. Until one day, you will refuse point blank to bring something together anymore. Because you say you no longer care to emotionally connect to it. Never mind work through it. I wanted to know what happened to that love that seemed to just arrive out of nowhere. And it took time. And you feeling separate from yourself and isolated and emotionally down and disappointed. But when it introduced itself, it showed up strongly. And then I see you put yourself into it, and a big portion of your work, your 3D practicals, is premised off the love here that you felt anchored to. A good chunk of your experience and who you are as a person thrived because of this. But now you're saying it doesn't make you feel thriving anymore, and you don't want to help bring it together either. It might even seem radical with the Tower. But you can't seem to connect to it anymore emotionally. And you never want to, not never, but you don't want to be in a position where you put your labors into something that you can no longer abide, forcing it to come together. I think you doing this, you will find what you're looking for in that sense of space, individuation, freedom. The resentment and bitterness and anger will subside substantially, because the day you recognize you don't want to put yourself into this anymore, you're going to feel very liberated. You know that, don't you? Well, not yet, but you will. When something is this destructive to us, and we feel that we're part of that destruction, we start to develop ideas around it. Sometimes, not all the time, but I have to stay in this. I'm chained to it. I'm bound to it, and I'll never be free of it. I put my best love and working years into this. How can I possibly let it go? And then that anger just continues to build. Resentment builds. Not always being those folks who want to incorporate healing, right? Because they still understand there's something here to salvage. You're saying your anger here and your resentment's too much. And if there was something to salvage, I wouldn't be saying you blow it up in future. It's almost disgust, like I can't make myself continue to bring this together or contribute to it anymore. And why would you? You're saying for what you've put into this, it's kept you separate from yourself? Full ownership of the self, love of the self, appreciation of the self. Because you don't feel appreciated. I don't think you have in a long time, to be honest. And it seems that it keeps you from a very strong connection, or at least in your mind and or perception it does. Something that is much more your caliber. Okay. Do I disagree with your decision in future? No. But tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm seeing but one outcome for you among many. I have to say that's a lot of grievance there that looks largely unaddressed. And that means it's been allowed to perpetuate for some time. And that's not good. Okay? There's that kind of stiff upper lip energy, 15, the polar bear. It's like sometimes we get so angry, we have to shut it down, become cold, and just get on with it. Be aggressive, right? There's nothing so frightening as a polar bear. Okay. I know they look how they look, but they have to endure some of the harshest conditions in the world and live like that. They don't know any other thing. They don't know any other way of life. You really have to be shut down as a human being. And that sense of aggression, and it's on me. Sometimes some of you just feel emotionally it's easier to shut down and bear it. You're not grinning and bearing it, you're just bearing it. And there's the representation of the lovers right there. The tulips, number 9. One more. We have a concern here, number 33. We think about these things a lot. What we feel like we're forced to become versus where we could be. 15, 33, and 9. $15 twice for some of you. 15 is the key reference number of confirmation. Speaking of key, the key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. New beginnings, that's the key takeaway. If what I see here is correct, you will be lining up to one. Okay? Within 3 months for some of you. Timelines are different for everybody. We have the letters Y, J, G, K. We have the arrow of Sag. Sagittarius season might be important. You might have some critical Sag in your chart. We also have the Cupid's arrow. Yes, of course. The yin and yang. Yeah, there's that sense of divine counterpart, balanced, equal, and kind of up here. The infinity loop, once more tying it back to that soul bond energy. We have the small star, modest hopes and wishes, wants and dreams. Beautiful. That largely tie back to the tree of life, the 10 of Pentacles. There's that sense of thriving here, which I know is important to you. You're someone who clearly thrives on love, not anti-love and not anti... Well, there's a strong sense of resentment here. That you didn't personally grow the way you wanted to. At one point, you thought you were headed in that direction. Okay? But it's really hard to thrive when it feels like whatever it is you do isn't good enough. Very hard. And some of you work so very hard. You should have more to show for it, particularly your own point of view of self. Okay? All right, Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. It's very fascinating. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? Show me Sagittarius, please. Saggy. Doesn't quite work. Sometimes it works. But not always. I don't know. It's cute. What's going on, please? Show me Sagittarius. Let's do one more. Let's see what's going on, please, for Sagittarius. Past, present, future. Show me Sag, please. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. Okay. Queen of Swords. Eight of Cups. Justice. The Wheel of Fortune. The Empress. I think you're going to be all right. In the past. At what point in the past? I don't know. That's up to you. Timelines are different for everybody, but in the past, Queen of Swords, very strong mind attached to you. You know, pretty smart cookie. You value seeing things logically, rationally. And the King and Queen of Swords, unfortunately, in tarot gets such a bad rep, and I don't know why. They all have pros, they all have cons. You know, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, we want them making decisions, and they can't make decisions without information, right? So they're like, give me the information. Tell me what I need to know. I'll sort it out. Make decisions. Informed ones, too. Those are the best, yeah? Okay, strong mind there. Eight of Cups, and then also determination. Eight of Cups. At some point you became emotionally detached, possibly walked, okay? Or it's just emotional numbness at some point, okay? Perhaps we stayed in our mind a little too long. Perhaps you started separating from something emotionally over a long period of time. I don't know. We'll catch you up in the present day, which is justice. There's something in you that suggests balance now. Technical balance, emotional balance, spiritual balance, but that sense of doing right by the self. You know, I know something to be true. This is correct. Whether I like it or not, it's correct. You're showing me a sense of correctness in present day. Wheel of Fortune, looking back on something. We'll see. And then the Empress in future. Like I said, I think you're going to be all right. Okay? Let's go ahead. I want to see actually what was on your mind in the past. Let's see that Queen of Swords. Show me that Queen of Swords, please. Let's see that Queen of Swords. Some of you, by the way, might have some very strong air in your chart, particularly Libra. Let's see that Queen of Swords, please. Nine of Cups, Temperance, that's you, darling. Queen of Pentacles. In the past, you had a very strong idea of who you were. And I love that. I love it when people show me, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this is what's up. And you have such a beautiful sense of self. It's like Nine of Cups, I believe in wish fulfillment. I believe in love with the self. I believe in going after what I know is correct for me, right? Because you've thought about it, and emotionally, you're attached to it. Nine of Cups, that's beautiful. It's not just your mind then. You had a strong sense of self-worth. I know what my worth is. Temperance, and you say, that took time. It took time. Your power card, to understand who you are. And the Queen of Pentacles, you have a very strong sense of self-worth. That, again, it took time. This is not something that you can do overnight. It can take years to understand who you are, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, too. It's all in there, honey. You look great. You look great in the past. You had such a strong sense of self. So what happened then? Let's see that Eight of Cups. Let's see that detachment. No, I'm not going to clarify every single card. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Let's see the Eight of Cups, please. Let's see that Eight of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups twice, and the Six of Wands. Okay. You know, I know it's going to sound weird. Okay. But this is really going to tell you if this is your reading. Strong sense of self. You almost kind of took a weird, not weird, but kind of unusual sense of pride in your ability to emotionally detach. It's like I can walk anytime. I can walk away at any time and I don't get emotionally invested. I don't do that. Okay. You're like, the only thing I get invested in is me. And my own sense of self-worth and what turns me on, right? What makes me love and appreciate myself. If it don't do that, if it don't meet that criteria, I walk. No problem. I kind of get that. Let's put it into a comparison or an analogy of, let's say for a long time, I was big on renting. Love to rent. Love it. Because I like the idea of, if I need to walk, I will. I don't have to deal with anything. It's somebody else's problem. And I love that. I love being able to detach. And that was my mentality for years. And there's nothing wrong with that. Other people can't wait to get into home ownership. And to me, all I could see is you can't wait to be in debt for the rest of your life. But it's all about a point of view. There's pros and cons to both sides of the fence. I'm just saying when I was younger, I was all about that renting mentality, keeping it fresh, keeping it alive, downtown, you know, I can walk whenever I want, it's etc. And now I've been a homeowner for well over a decade, and I see the positives of that, the pros of that, right? But my point is that you took a lot of pride in that sense of, I can walk. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Wands. I can walk. I'm good on my own. Thank you very much. And it had that flair. It had that flair to it. And there are some people who are very proud of the fact that emotional investment, That's for suckers. The only, I'm not saying that's true. It's just there. I've met people like that. I don't get invested. I don't get attached. If I want to walk, I'll walk. It don't mean nothing to me unless it means something to me, right? And you made it very clear. Now, that might have been your thing, your gig for a long time, okay? And I can see that you insisted I only invest in what's right for me based on years of understanding, and some of you were proudly on your own and independent and single for a long time. And I was like, I can walk if I want to walk. There's more to that story. I'm going to go ahead and... you're showing me a state of balance today, which is cool. I respect that. I want to see what you've learned over the passage of time, though, with the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I'm actually curious about. I respect balance. I respect justice. And you're showing me that in present day. You've come a long way in who you are, and you said if that's right for you, then that's right for you. All right? I'm not going to dispute it. Okay? I understand it my own way. I do. But I want to see, oh, pray tell, what it is that you have learned. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune, and then also what it launches you into, which is the Empress, so you ain't all wrong. You know, what's up? Let's see that Wheel of Fortune. Seven of Wands, King of Cups, the Three of Swords. You're like, You've learned that sometimes you have to reject love in order to protect yourself. Am I saying you're always going to reject love? No, I'm not saying shit. I'm reading the cards. I read what's here, not what isn't. I'm saying you really do believe for yourself, because this is for the side I'm looking at. You've concluded what's best for you is to understand it's best to be on your own and be able to walk. Because love can hurt, famously. What was that? Who was that? I don't remember that. Was it Nazareth? Love hurts? Oh, yeah. Right, they killed that one. Love hurts. Yeah, it does. It does. You've learned to block love because you're afraid of pain and being rejected because you've been through it before, right? But that also means you have the obligation to understand when to let it in if you want to at all. All right? I respect that you're living a balanced life and you're able to come and go as you please. And if you don't want to get emotionally attached, you won't. You understand that to open yourself up is to be exposed to. Because you want to know why? You're so hardcore, by the way. You want to know why? It's right here on the table. Can you see it? Because you got a big old squishy heart. You act like you don't. That's why. People I noticed who have the biggest heart space have a very strong tendency to cover it up. Anyone who prides themselves that much on individuation, which again, full respect. And that you said, I've taken so much time to understand myself and heal myself. I'm better on my own. And knowing when to walk and all that. And you even say you feel balanced in the process. So again, who might argue it works? But it's because you have such a big heart and you're afraid to expose it. Because you've been hurt before. You know this. You've looked back on it. But you're saying it's better to shield your heart than suffer the pain of it. Let's see the Empress, please, and the outcome. But with all that shielding, honey, with all that sense of independence and I can walk, you also have a responsibility to know when and where and how to open up to love. You know? That doesn't just mean romantic relationship, guys. We got to get out of that box. Trusting friendships, trusting family, trust, love, they're one and the same. It's really hard to love someone, right? If you don't trust them. So, you know? Anyway. Let's see that Empress, please, in the future. Five of Pentacles, the Knights of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. You're just, I'm really devoted to my 3D space and future. building it up, taking my time with it, right? If things break, I fix them. That's what I do. Be like, I'm empowered and I'm in charge of it all. Understand? You know, I know this is just a bit cheeky. I have half a mind to push your reading further, just in defiance. Just in defiance. You seem to be so prepared to live life on your terms. Again, full respect for that. Okay. No shade. No shade, as the kids would say. No shade. I would just feel better if in your reading you showed more allowance to what you might call the inevitable. Do you think you're so guarded around your heart space because nothing ever impacted you? No. It's right there. I seen it. It stands to reason if it happened once, it can happen twice. And that shouldn't feel like a threat. But if you're very good on your own, then so be it. The institution, 19, the institution for which one serves. What of it? For some of you, by the way, you work in government roles and or entities. Okay. Further out, ship on horizon. This is also, by the way, the agenda or the Hierophant energy, that which we sign up to and we reinforce over a long period of time. Yes. Messenger. False person. Huh. You have a hard time trusting people's expressions. You think that there's always a falseness to it. This is something some of you enforced a long time ago. It hasn't changed too much. This is what you stand up for, stand by. Commitment to the self and your own particular point of view, right? Because it's hard for you to trust other people's intentions. Mm-hmm. Are they just going to hurt me or they're just going to use me, right? You've done a lot of good for yourself. I can see that. You've built a whole world for yourself. You don't want it easily disrupted or dislodged. The only repair work you're interested in doing is in terms of your 3D sector, which once more I completely understand. Will you always feel like this? The need to protect yourself, particularly where your heart space is concerned? I don't know. I'm just looking at you for right now and where you've come from and where you might be in future. May not be your reading. I know you do well for yourself. You've already made that clear. That's a non-issue. Okay? It's just in matters of love. Well, you feel balanced now. Okay? And you feel good by your own particular rhythm now. I understand. I'm my own free will, baby. I'm my own independent person. I totally get that. You may not always want to be. Goodness me. I can see we've been burned. Yeah. The thing is with the snake is that it ultimately represents transformation, but then you can easily argue back a snake is still a snake. You're right. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Just be careful, you know? If we always ruminate on the same concerns and worries, we'll just continue to reinforce them. All right. If we always believe everyone we connect to has an underlying agenda or will attach to them, then we're going to believe it even if it's not true. So not everything is false. All right? And I know that you believe in yourself and you've made your intentions and things like that very clear. You've been very clear about that, but you're like other people aren't, though. I understand. So just be mindful. Yes, please listen to your intuition. Yes, please listen to your healing. Continue to navigate by your path as you best see fit. But this idea that there's always going to be something there that possibly hurts you, well, I think that is just as worthy as looking at for your healing reasons as anything else. All right? I do. We have the letters W, Z, I. We have the medallion of Leo. You might have some very strong Leo in your chart. Could be connecting or did connect. And then also the Leo season might be important to some of you. And then we have the cat in reverse and upside down. Sometimes we're not always listening to ourselves. When it comes to what you want, that doesn't seem to be an issue. When it comes to perceptions of others outside of you, that's where we seem to falter a little bit. I can see that you're much more comfortable navigating your 3D in your own personal sense of goals for the self, which again, that's a beautiful thing, all right? But when it comes to others, not everybody has a false word, not everybody has a false thought, and not everybody has an agenda, okay? I want you to continue on in your path and your journey and in your healing. I do. Continue to know what's best for you, yes. I would just challenge you that it's not just about showing justice or balance to yourself, but also an approximation to others. All right? I want you to be able to trust. I want you to be able to love, is my point. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Aries, please. Past, present, future. Show me Aries. Past, present, and future. I just remembered what I'm making for dinner tonight. Then I got all excited. Ooh, it's spaghetti squash. I make good spaghetti squash. Okay, mine actually has flavor. It's delicious. And it's perfect for a cold day. Ooh, I'm so excited. You know what it is? You get excited by your own cooking. You're like, ooh, yes. What's going on? Show me Aries, past, present, future. The Emperor, there you are, darling. The Six of Swords, the Hierophant. Okay, Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Okay, I've already got the influence of someone else in here. Don't know how it relates to you just yet. Straight away you opened up with, I'm here, roll call. Hi, I'm the Emperor, I'm Aries. And in the past, at some point in the past, you're showing me empowerment, strength of will. Okay, you did something, but you're like, this is also me though. To be fair, you're like, this is me. Six of Swords, you authorized movement away from something. I got to move on. What you're moving on from, I do not know. I just know that you say this is correct for me. It was an act of empowerment. So don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you were necessarily having good times with empowerment. People confuse that a lot. Empowerment is actually, more often than not, doing the right thing or insisting that you're doing the right thing, even if it sucks, it hurts, or it doesn't necessarily feel good to other people or a situation or circumstance. So typically I see the Emperor and Empress when we're doing things that we know that we need to stand up for ourselves first and foremost. That means taking responsibility for a particular action, something like this. And you're like, yep, I'm moving on from something. The Hierophant is in your current position. There is a sense of higher self here, agendas, commitments, belief systems at play. Queen of Wands, a little bit further out in the future, in the sense of a softer, fiery, passionate, creative energy. And then right there towards the end of Four Swords is a sense of healing, being quiet, and reflecting. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start with... I'm not actually going to start with you, the Emperor. Just like I'm me, I'm here, and I did the Six of Swords, so I want to see what it is that you have left behind, or you said, I kind of have to be empowered to do this. All right. Let's see that Six of Swords, please. Let's see that Six of Swords, please, for Aries. Let's see that Six of Swords. What did we move on from? Pray tell. Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Empress. Oh my, yes. Okay. Oh, God. That's wild. Intuitively, you felt it was time to move on from someone who kind of has the Empress status. Now, this should by all rights be your equal. Eight of Pentacles, this is someone who works hard. They produce quite a bit. Okay? You're like, I got to move away from that intuitively. That was a strong-willed kind of decision that you have to, not only did you decide upon, you have to enforce quite a bit. It's just surprising to see that. I typically don't see people moving away from their equal, usually trying to go towards, and that's usually their gig, is to find their equal, not their lesser, right? The Emperor and Empress should only be taking those folks into their life that are more like them than not. But intuitively, we felt like, yeah, I feel like that is my equal. Yeah. And they produce. They're a quality person. They're stable. They provide a lot. I got to get the hell away from them. And it sucks, right? Because that's our equal there. Okay, let's see that Hierophant, please, in the current position. It's just wild. I mean, you have to excuse me. I took a couple of beats there, but it's like, what? I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying you're perfect. There was a sense of I got to move on from that. Now, it may not have been a romantic person, okay? It might have been someone of high status, VIP, someone whom you give a lot of credit in your life for getting things done. Perhaps you attribute that sense of intuition to them, okay? It's like, you know that they're a deep feeler as well as a high producer, a credit to who they are. But we have to leave them behind. We have to let them go. Let's see that Hierophant, please, in current position. Five of Swords, darling. Oh. Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Wait, don't see. Okay. So there's a Five of Swords over your Hierophant. You're saying I'm committed to something or someone, but it's like it's too good to be true. It's like I really want to believe in this, but you're saying that you know where your commitment is. I knew that there was someone else here, and there is. I see your attachment to them, at least in terms of where your Hierophant is concerned. This is my commitment energy, and this is what it best represents. There's someone clearly in here who you say is worthwhile and has your love, but there's a bit of a lie in there with the Five of Swords. That's not fully where a commitment would like to be. Okay? I'm not saying anyone here is a bad person. I'm not saying anyone here is responsible. What I'm saying is that I don't agree with the lie. And deep down inside, neither do you. But it's looking like this is what we've told ourselves. That this is where my best self is meant to be. Because the Hierophant is the will enforcer. Okay? He enforces the will. So if we want to believe that's where we're best represented in this life and what we've committed to and why, even if it's not true, the Hierophant's going to try to stand up for it or stand next to it. And this is something I have to point out all the time. All cards in tarot, all energies, all people have pros and cons. He has beautiful pros, the Hierophant does. He also has some fantastic cons too. Knowing what you commit to and why and who you are is a big part of being alive. Huge part. And for that very reason, the lie attached to it gets that much bigger if we can't be honest about what we're actually standing up for, what we really believe in. We just kind of double down on it. I really believe this. I really believe this is my commitment. I really believe this is where I'm best served in this life. I saw us pass on someone who's our equal. This is someone we wouldn't have a Five of Swords cross. We would know deep down, way inside, inherently, in the external world too, that this was someone we wouldn't have to lie about. This is our best bet. Over here, I got you in a commitment with somebody here who represents the heart space and the sense of self-worth, a home energy with the Queen of Pentacles, and it's like, this is as good as it gets. And I genuinely believe that. Do you see that? Do you hear it? Do you hear the difference? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and look at that Four of Swords in your outcome. Okay. I want to see what you're healing on. If I have more questions, I'll go back and take a look at that Queen of Wands, okay? Once more, I'm not picking on you guys. I read what's here, not what isn't. Okay? I want what's best for you. I don't want anyone to be in a position to lie to themselves, you know, about big things about what we commit to and why. Okay? That should be clear as crystal. Clear as a window pane. Four of Swords. There should be no confusion about what we stand up for, commit to, and devote a big part of our lives to, spiritual and otherwise. Let's see that Four of Swords, please. Ace of Wands, the Knights of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Conflict over communication. There is conflicting communication for you in the future. I don't know where it's coming from, but when it hits, you'll know, and it's going to cause you for a moment to be upset. Five of Wands. You'll go within to resolve it with the Four of Swords. All right? It will be something for you to reflect on, but first it's going to piss you off. Okay? So I don't know what's up with that. It was communication that was very slow to arrive, but it impacted you a great deal. First, it's going to piss you off. I mean, what do they say? The truth will set you free, but first it's going to piss you off. That in future. So I don't know when your communication arrived, but it looks like you have time to mule it over, to really go over it thoroughly. You're going to learn a lot from that communication, and it does strike home, and it's very impactful, and it does represent a form of frustration and anger for you. But it is truthful, it is honest, and it puts you into a place of rest. It gives you a lot to think about. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that Queen of Wands. All right, it's screaming, oh, you clarified. Well, I didn't clear all of Aries. You started out with, I'm making a bold, strong decision here. I got to leave my equal behind, or the idea of my equal behind. Yeah, I didn't really need to clarify the Emperor for that. That was, I mean, it was, gosh, honey, gosh. And if you're in a commitment, you're in a commitment, right? I get that. You're in a commitment, you're in a commitment. Just don't lie to yourself about what happened, okay? Or what you're in, because that reduces you, and it reduces your sense of Hierophant and your higher self, okay? Be honest with yourself. That's all. All right. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands. Let's take a look at that, please. Two of Wands, the Moon. The Queen of Wands. This is someone who represents a great deal of passion and ambition and drive. Man, that's a little firecracker right there. We are deeply attracted to this person. You still are. It's not a crime. I see you keeping your distance from them. That's like I have to keep what I feel for them under the moon. And you also admit you don't quite know what they're up to. The moon's working both ways here. And that you kind of internally desire, yes, communication with them if nothing else. But again, we take that to a quiet place, the secret place with the moon. Okay? You wonder how they're doing. It's not a crime. Remember, you opened up pretty harsh there. I'm leaving my equal behind. You're equal. Yeah, you're going to think about that person from time to time under your moon. You're still going to be attracted to them. You're going to be wondering what they got up to. You match them underneath it all. I know. Okay. God, I hate to be a bad news bearer. I really do. Aries, honey, this isn't going to be like this forever. That's just what I'm seeing now. I do see you resting on some sort of critical communication in the future that's going to help shape you and influence you in some way. Perhaps it will help put that Five of Swords to rest. Okay? I don't quite know. What you did, you can say, was a form of self-sacrifice. And as deeply attracted as you are to this, and as they are, you're equal by all rights. They seem to be successful too in their own particular way. You're saying, this is where my commitment lies. I just don't want you to have to Five of Swords it, that's all. Know what you've chosen. Know what you accept. Don't force yourself to accept it. Know that you've accepted it consciously. As a conscious, spiritually directed human being. That will help ease the process of the Five of Swords. Okay? You made choices. 43, wandering the maze. Some of you are trying to come out of this maze, this confusion about where to go, where to turn, and why. You want to get out of that place of confusion. You want it to end, okay? And stop wandering the maze, all right? I understand. Why are things so confusing? Should I go left? Should I go right? There's the message of concern that comes on through over here. Number 14. Toil and labor, work very hard. I know. And that's another thing about the Hierophant, you know, that also applies your commitment to work. You worked very hard to be where you are, what you have and why. And I know that's influencing you as well, not to be dismissed. Number 38, 43, 10, and 14. I'm very curious about that message for you in future. You're either receiving it or sending it out, but it still pisses you off. But you will learn from it. Okay? You will learn from it. Unicorn, number 33. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. We have the letter R, and we have two medallions. They're both Pisces. Both Pisces. Okay. For some of you, upcoming Pisces season might be important. Some of you might have some very prominent Pisces in your chart, or even if it's one placement, it might be critical for some of you. Check that one out. Could be connecting to Pisces in some way. There are two energies outside of you here today in some way. Okay. Very specific. Like I said, upcoming Pisces season might be important, but just in case. In August, for some of you, last August might have been very important. Upcoming August. Okay. Don't know why I kept shuffling. And in November, on a hot day, which is not unusual when you live further south. Hot days go well into November and even to December. But for some of you, August and or November might be important. Okay. All right, Aries, honey, I do hope this helps you. This one was a little bit more complicated. I wish I had more time with it. I really do. I believe that you have beautiful things in your life, and I think that you have made good choices in regards to your commitment. It's only feels like it's not a good choice when you have to lie to yourself about it. Okay? You're clearly attached to something that puts you in a position to make choices. I just don't want you to get lost in the process of those choices having been made. That's all. Okay? What you did was no easy thing. Telling yourself to give up or move by or pass on it equal was no easy thing. So no, it's not a crime that you reflect on them privately from time to time. Okay? And if you had any impact on them, they'd probably do the same. Okay? I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Aquarius, please. Past, present, future. Show me, Aquarius, please. Show me, Aquarius, past, present, future. Good. All right, what's going on? The star, that's you, honey. Beautiful. 4 of Swords. 9 of Swords. Well, you can handle it. The Hermit and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, you're a little bit more consolidated there towards the end. Good. All right, the star opening up at some point in the past. You felt like you were you. Big dreamer, big visionary, right? The star, it's like, I can make it happen. I can make it happen, baby. I just got to set my sights on it and then boom, watch it unfold. And some of you really believe that, and that's good. You believe in yourselves more to the point. Once more, this is your power card, okay? The star. And the 4 of Swords rested on this, on your own particular star, your own particular pathway. You learned a lot from it. You've reflected on it many, many times. Currently, though, I have you in a kind of place of mental tension, 9 of Swords. However, that's going to come down rather quickly. I see you de-escalating soon, which is good with the Hermit, okay? If there's anyone who can kind of handle that mental sword energy, it's you. And at the Hermit, we're going to heal this up. We're still showing a little bit of confusion about next steps, but you've made a lot of progress in something that's been on your mind, literally. I want to start right back there with your big goals with the star. I wanted to see what it is that you had set your sights upon for yourself, what it is that you were trying to draw in from the universe. Show me that star, please. In the past. At what point in the past, honey? I don't know. It's up to you. Timelines are going to be different for everybody. For some folks, it was yesterday. For others, it was years ago. Let's see that star, please. Let's see that star. Show me the star. Show me the star. Show me the star. Some of you are stars, by the way. Like, not like literal stars. We are made of stars, right? That's one of my mottos. But no, I mean, you actually have star quality. Good for you. And by that, I mean visibility. The star can represent, of course, something that's highly visible, but far away. Most people can't reach it or access it. But some people are much more comfortable being visible from the sky, the night sky. So for those of you who had a rising star, congratulations. I don't know, that hit me real funny right now. It's like, wait, who am I talking to? But then again, why are you watching some obscure tarot lady on YouTube? King of Swords. Once more, that's you. King of Cups and the star. Whoa, that's beautiful. Wow, darling, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. You, once more, King of Swords. King of Cups. It wasn't just you. You shared a vision beautifully, strongly between yourself and someone else. Now, what that is, it doesn't have to be romantic. But the point is that your vision was literally on the same page with someone else, and it felt so good. Well, of course it would feel so fucking good when you actually share a vision with somebody, and they get it, and you get it, and you two are clicking so hard because you both get it at the same time. That's a fantastic feeling. It's gorgeous. There's nothing else like it. It's like, it's that moment you're like, oh my God, you get me and I get you. And we're both trying to get the same thing. We get it. And so there is a formulation here of at least one other person that was on board, same goal, same dream, same focus, intensity, right? Bit of a softer heart space there. For those of you, gosh, I mean, talk about star quality, not once but twice. There's a reason I said that. For some of you, it's like, as someone who identifies as a writer, it's like when I find that editor. It's kind of like when you're forming a band and things kind of fall into place, or you're trying to work on a script with somebody and it falls into place. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the high potency of that. And it looks so simple because it's cards on a table. But I'm talking when the stars align, and it wasn't just with you. I mean, when you understand I'm connecting to somebody and we're on the same page, holy shit, right? We're going to make things happen, you and I. So no, it doesn't have to be romantic. Absolutely not. And we rested. We had a point of learning, 4 swords, a sense of fulfillment. Gave us a lot to think about. If I have any questions, I'll go back and look at that 4 swords later. I want to jump right into your 9 of swords. Present day 9 of swords. What's on your mind? Let's see that 9 of swords, please. Show me that 9 of swords. Show me that 9 of swords. Show me that 9 of swords, please. Okay. Let's see that 9 of swords. Show me that 9 of swords, please. Six of Pentacles. The balance stresses you out. 4 cups. Yeah. Okay, 9 of swords. Again, there's that shared element. It's duality, but also being on the same page. There it is again. There's you and whomever this is, you two still connect, but you're both worried and or concerned over the same things. More so, you're both upset about the balance. There's not a flow state that seems to be natural to you both as it used to be. That is open, wide open, ready to receive from the universe. Everything fell into place. The stars literally lined up here. And the stars got a little scattered since then. Fast forward a little bit, I got 2 people who are worried about the same thing, and it's the bottom line isn't where either one of you wants it to be. You both know this. This you both agree on. However, one person pulls in a particular direction of worry, and someone else pulls in a particular direction of worry. So your 2 worries are different. In other words, how to go about this, approach it for resolution or solution. So you're both worried about the bottom line. Neither one of you's happy with it. The give and take principle. It could be the profit margins off for you both in both of your estimations. Perhaps who gives what is off, because again, the 6 of Pentacles is the balance principle. It's not just monetary. It's also who does what. So there's that sense of, well, I'm doing my portion. I think you could be doing more. And they're like, that's funny because I was thinking the same thing about you. So that was, in other words, you 2 are both arguing over the same subject. You're both upset over the same subject. It's just your point of view is your point of view. Theirs is theirs. And we're trying to work through this. We're trying to get back on the same page, particularly in respect the give and take principles, and then also the bottom line principles. So I told you guys, it doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't. But when you are that invested in something and someone else is involved and they're also invested equally of that same caliber, you're going to have different opinions from time to time about sense of proportionality and who's doing what. And my concerns are mine, and this is my POV, and that's your POV. And trying to find common solution is going to benefit you both. So let's talk about that. I do see you working through it as the Hermit. You might have some very interesting Virgo in your chart, but there's that sense of having walked the path, the both of you. You're both experienced. You should both be able to hold your lantern up upon high and look at how far you've come, right? And therefore, work it out. But it might take a minute. Let's see that Hermit, please. Well, yours is very interesting today. Let's see that Hermit, please. Yeah. 3 of Wands, like I said, it might take a minute. There's definitely the passage of time. 2 of Wands, reflective communication of the world. Okay, so I am seeing here, having walked the path and healing, we're going to close the gap. All right, there is a particular sense of waiting. Things drifted out or far away, or you two drifted apart, physically or otherwise. There's distance here. We're going to close that particular gap. It's kind of like saying we have drifted too far apart. Physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, let's close that out. And this is based on experience. In other words, if we want to resolve this, we need to be in each other's proximity. So there is, or we need to reconnect. Okay, something here about the gap or the space or the distance got too stretched out between us. It's time to snap it back. And you're saying, or I think the both of you are saying based on experience, logically it works because when you two were connected at the highest level, you were like inseparable. Right? Spiritually, specifically. And there's that sense of through communication, let's not do what we've done and stretch things and let them fall to the wayside or just get out of our hands or drop the ball on that. Let's be much more present. And that's all that is. No more stretching things out. Let's be present. Let's talk about things. Let's work it out with the Hermit's energy here. Again, you're both deciding upon this. It's like, this is, okay, I understand that we stretch things out. We let things go unaddressed for way too long. All right. So here we have communication is the problem. Therefore, the solution kind of mentality here. And then time and distance being an issue as well. So we're going to go ahead and start, like I said, closing up some of these gaps. And that should open the door to new solutions, which you two seem to be solving or trying to work through. But again, expect more time. Whatever this is does not involve a quick solution. But you both got on the same freaking page about the real problem. Learning to stay more present, try not to take that insane matchup for granted. And we have to put a little bit more work into being more present and focused these days. And much more on point with our communications and therefore actions. Okay? Be more of a presence. King of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. There it is. Okay, so right now, look at this, look at this, look at this. There's a bit of a back and forth about closing that gap and what does that look like in the 3D. So the communication is going to become more effective. This I know. And actually bringing it together in the 3D, there will be victory on this. King of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. We will be reuniting with this in good spirit. It's just, for some reason, it's taking longer physically to catch up, okay, compared to, say, the communication. So whatever this is, it's going to take a minute, some consolidation of time, energy, and effort, and how to go about it. But King of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, that is some lovely ambition to bring this together. We can do this, you want to do this, and I see you standing up for your own free will to connect with this in more positive ways, and like I said, to kind of close those gaps that built up between you two. Once more, I'm not getting a romantic vibe from this, guys. I'm really not. This is big dream orientation stuff. We're talking colleagues, business partners, or people, frankly, they're damn good friends, and they go way back, and you two have shared some very strong endeavors together. So I don't quite know what this is, but it doesn't feel romantic to me. It really doesn't. It feels like I got 2 big dreamers. Maybe there's a couple more than just the 2 of you, which at this point I'm kind of leaning towards. That's how big this is. I don't typically get readings like this. It was when I used to work with clients individually and they obviously had a bigger stamp or impression. influencers and people like that, and business and high business and society. I could see. So this is kind of reminiscent of that, if that makes sense. You know? So congratulations to you both, because you both seem to be determined to make things happen again in a way that's more positive and goodwill directed and oriented, which is beautiful. But yeah, we want to make good come out of this. It's not going so far back in time as like, let's Rome will rise again. Let's recapture the glory days, right? No. It's taking more into respect where you two are in the future as opposed to the glory days. The glory days are the glory days of the past, and they were beautiful. But it's kind of like, realistically, how do you and I want to be involved with it now? Or present and then future. But first, you and I have things to work out. So it's actually quite strategic. It's very thoughtful. I like the positive orientation on this. I can do this, you can do this, we can do this. If I can do it, you can do it too. We have grievances, let's work them out. It's quite interesting. I like this for what it is, I really do. The unicorn, as I say, it has a rarity principle attached to it. The unicorn is a magical creature, of course. But number 33, very rare. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are available to you if you just believe. Again, that sense of fantasy, mysticism, this isn't for just everybody. It's rare. It's rare, okay? It's interesting. Man, I have to say, yours was quite nice. I would like to pursue this further, just like you would. But I like that. We're going to connect with this, and it's going to feel good. You'll be glad that you did. And I have to agree, sometimes we have to go out of our way to heal things in this life, and that usually means closing distances, closing gaps, closing lines of communication aren't effective, and looking at what is. Yeah, absolutely. There's those messages. They just flying. 777. You know what? As of today, I'm actually recording this on the 7th. Some of you might have had some critical news fly in today. But just to be clear, this is coming out on the 9th. I'm recording it on the 7th. All right, the dog, loyalty, 18, sudden wealth, home. Whatever this is sudden wealth. I said 777, didn't I? Ding dong. Whatever this is represents what could be adding to one's home sense of stability. We want to increase one's sense of home, health, hearth, showing that this is going to be successful, okay? Or rather, possibly rejuvenate the success you experienced in the past. It won't be the same, but it doesn't need to be. It needs to it needs to represent where it is now, not where it used to be. If we live for the past, we stay slave to it. We want to work with what we know to be true about ourselves now, or in future, in present day, that kind of thing. But whatever this is will benefit everybody. It will. And there's the loyalty to this. We've never lost our loyalty to this, number 18. It's like we can't imagine or conceive of working with anyone else. Okay, so you could be connecting to fellow Aquarius, by the way. That double, triple Aquarian power is all up in here. You could also be a double, triple Aquarius too. Okay. This was fascinating. Good luck to you both. Congratulations to you both. FYI, some of you, yes, do you want to increase your home, your sense of home value, home worth? I don't know why I'm getting this. I don't associate it with the home card. You think I would, but I really don't. Again, this is about feeling comfortable in one's home. Some of you take that to an extreme, like some of you are intense homebodies, like you love your home. You associate it with peace. I understand in the same way. The home should represent peace, and that's why I'm not allowed, I don't know about you, but I don't allow insanity to cross my threshold. It ain't happening. The outside world stays outside. But some of you take that sense of peace and tranquility to the home as very... You might have a mansion, but you want your home to feel like a home. Let's put it that way. And you like staying in it. Okay. We have the letters R, K, V, O. We have palm hand, okay? Sign of spirituality, or that you take your spirituality seriously. We have the seahorse, for some of you, seahorse is simply confirmation. Also the sign of Pisces, and then also that sense of masculine emotionality, the feeling the need to keep it all in, okay? That might be, for some of you, your particular process. We have the wheel, the indication of the wheel of fortune, as well as the world. Things end, things begin, and then time passes in between those concepts, which is what I saw for you here a little bit today. We have the rose in reverse. Yeah. I told you this isn't romantic. Straight away, this is not romantic, but rose is somehow involved. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's rose in reverse. It's not romantic. I don't feel that it is. It doesn't feel that way. But rose is involved, and I don't know why. Honey, I don't know. You could have a flower shop business for all I know, but rose, it's something to do with rose. Oh, that's frustrating. Anyway, not romantic, but it's there. Something to do with rose. It doesn't feel feminine, but it's rose. It's still attractive. Anyway, whatever. I'm sorry. Get lost to these things sometimes. I get partial, and then it obscures sight. Okay, and then we have the small star. Big dreams, little dreams, still your energy. The star is the star is the star. Okay. Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. It was really interesting. It was quite unique. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Oh, the Empress just tried to fly out my hands right there. Congratulations if that's you. What's going on, please? Show me Gemini, past, present, future. Show me Gemini, please. Past, present, future. What's up? The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Okay, something's happening. Ooh, there was your tarot read for the day. Something's happening. I know. That's why I get paid the big bucks right there. Something's happening, Gemini. Can you believe it? Ooh. Knight of Cups is in the past. I see that you had a heart flow in the past that suggests a little bit of vulnerability. It's going outside of you. It feels good. It's a softness, romanticism, sure. Knights of Pentacles, and we kept forward at a particularly slow pace, but nonetheless, it was still flowing, slow or not. It felt good. It felt good. Nine of Pentacles, catching up to current day, strong sense of self, who you are, what you've accomplished, killing it. Beautiful. Not too far out from now, Queen of Wands, sense of fire, passion, ambition. And then the Page of Pentacles, out there in the future, investing in something, Might be a new thought, an idea, who knows. Let's see where you take me today. We're going to go ahead and start with that Knight of Cups, but because, of course, we will, and of course we must. Let's see that Knight of Cups, please, in the past. Let's see where the heart was flowing. And I'm sure it was returned to you because you kept on in that way for a while with the Knights of Pentacles. You're like, it's nice and easy. It's a slow, easy feeling of love and the release of it, the expression of it. It was slow, though. Knights of Cups. Let's see that Knights of Cups. Could have been something that was coming towards you very slowly, but typically the Knights are responsible for delivery outside of ourselves. And I'm sure someone met you there, otherwise you had no reason to take it slow, Let's see that Knights of Cups, please. Four of Swords, Nine of Swords, Judgment. Oh, we were very preoccupied the whole dang time. Talk about slow. Four Swords, Nine of Swords, Judgment. We had a lesson here. We had a lesson here. We had a lesson here. We had a lesson. It's like, hey, it doesn't matter how slow you make it. You're flowing in this direction. You better mind where your heart's going because you're feeling things, whether you like it or not. It's odd because you're like, am I opening myself up to this? Am I Am I? Am I opening up to this? Should I slow it down? What if I feel feelings? What if they feel feelings? Oh. And yet you continued forward no matter how slow you made it. Like, you wanted to feel something with the Knights of Cups and you wanted it returned to you too. But it's also like, is that a problem? That doesn't necessarily mean that it's in love. Maybe I'm just enjoying the moment. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. You're trying to talk yourself out of what you feel. Like, that can't be right. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not expressing myself emotionally or vulnerably or romantically. And it's not being returned to me either. You know what I'm doing? I'm just going to talk myself out of it. Four Swords. I'm going to rest on it. I'm going to take my time with it. The Knights of Pentacles. And it's going to be fine. It's, you know, it's a little bit softness. It's a little bit of heart space. It's nothing. It doesn't mean it's love. I mean, what the fuck? Okay. Why are you trying to compromise your flow? You felt what you felt, and it was being returned to you to an extent. You have a lesson in there. What you feel is what you feel. Don't ignore it. You know? You can go ahead and play around with the speed all you want, but, you know, the feelings are feelings. So, okay. If I have any more questions, I'll go back and check that Knights of Pentacles, but I just want to catch you up into present day. Nine of Pentacles. Let's see that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Let's check on where you are today. Let's see that Nine of Pentacles, please. Temperance, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Knights of Cups. Okay. It's beautiful. Okay, so you're not the... Oh, excuse my tummy. I'm a little bit past my eating schedule. Don't let that alarm you. That was very normal for me. It is just so dramatic, you know, my stomach. If I don't eat on time, it's like, hey, what are you doing, stupid? Eat something. Anyway, where are we? Knights of Pentacles, Temperance, Knights of Cups. Time has passed and you're showing me a lot more confident about what you feel now, which is beautiful. Isn't that lovely? A lot more confident about what you feel now. Not so much hesitation there. You said it took time, and it took a lot of time. And it took me acknowledging some big parts of myself and doing a lot of work. But you know what you're saying? I'm a lot more confident in what I feel now. Show me a strong sense of individuation. You really do have a can-do attitude, you know? It's like there's nothing I can't accomplish. You knew that about yourself already, but for some reason you're a little shaky on your pins over there in the emotions bracket, so we tried to stretch it out. And I think you gave yourself ample opportunity to be like, I'm not heading that direction. Why would I do that? That's silly. Why? That's a silly notion. Why would I be heading in that direction? I'm just going to stretch it out and stretch it out and stretch it out and just, you know. Why does it have to be love? Why can't it just be good vibes? Do you hear the difference in language? One's love, and the other's good vibes. One has that sense of weight and responsibility. The other one's like, anybody can feel this anytime, anywhere. One's exclusive. The other one, not so much. So I can see where you tried not to take it too seriously, what you felt too seriously, or what you were receiving too seriously. But the fact of the matter is it caught up to you, and it's beautiful. You're showing me a strong sense of security in what you feel now. I mean, that's unshakable faith in what you feel now. And that was based on time, patience, and compassion for yourself and the situation. And you grew into yourself, and it's so beautiful. I love this. Look at that. And it's not just you. Someone else in here also represents a strong sense of autonomy and knowing thyself. And this is beautiful. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to see that you're much more embracing of what you feel now. And it's like, this is how I actually feel, and I can accept it now, and I know this is where it heads, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me anymore. I love that. Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead and check on that Queen of Wands real quick. Let's see that Queen of Wands, please. Show me that Queen of Wands. Show me that Queen of Wands. Is this love that I'm feeling? White snake. All right. Let's see that Queen of Wands, please. Yeah. Six of Swords, King of Swords, the King of Wands. Wow. Okay. There is something here that it's a dialogue you will not be participating in at some point in future. That was very oddly specific. By all rights, it's a frequency that you might share with somebody, but you're showing me determination to exit that frequency. You would know best as to why. I don't know who this is to you. There's a reason I wanted to clarify it, because it felt a little different. Then you're being nervous about feeling certain feelings, and we took our time with it, and now you absolutely stand up for what you feel, who you are, what you're about, and I love that, and it's such a strong sense of individuation, so much so you showed me twice. Like, I am my own person. And it's like, it's saying you gently, and you gave yourself so much room to talk yourself out of feeling feelings and not being in love. I was like, maybe, I guess that's where we're going to go. And you're like, no, I own my feelings now. Look at me. I'm on my own. And that's the impression I had. Some of you are making a new beginning. That's the impression I had for you. Now, over here, I see you, like I said, willfully exiting a dialogue. And I don't want to I want to move my energies onward from somebody. And could be fire sign, but I don't know why. It's just a dialogue you don't want to participate in anymore. It doesn't look rude, it doesn't look mean, but it is determined. You are determined to move away from someone else's energies or influences, and I don't know who it is, but I suppose you would know best. The energy is a bit firm. Perhaps I can get hot-headed sometimes. But you're like, I don't want you and I to exchange energies anymore. I'm moving away from it. So again, I have to emphasize it's different than whatever it is that was generating our emotional activity back here. Okay. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please. It's firm. You're determined. It's like saying you and I no longer exchange energies. You and I no longer share a frequency. I don't know. But it's coming up for you. In future. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please. It doesn't look mean or malicious or small, like I said, but a very strong determination. It can even come across as cold, you know, because your focus is so strong towards it. Or rather, I say, so strong in making your exit from it. Okay. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please. The Knights of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. You have such an interesting rhythm. You really do. You have, by all rights, fast elements attached to you, but you really like to take your time with it. Knight of Pentacles, you showed me that not once but twice. So here are the softer but faster energies with the Knights of Cups and the Knight of Wands, and then you're like, yeah, but I take my time. Let's make that clear. Nah. I like to leave room for error. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. But you're like, but right here at your crown, right there at the present moment, you're like, this is what I feel. This is me. I am so me. Nobody could be more me than I am me right now. And I kind of inclined to agree with you. You earned it. You say you know who you are. You know where your love flows. I see you disconnecting firmly. I don't know if it's gently, but firmly from someone else whom you no longer want to share frequencies with. Still don't know who that is. But Page of Pentacles, going back to that sense of, I have very strong feelings, but we're going to take our time with it. And I see you investing in a Ten of Cups. This might be new for you. Like a fairly large family dynamic or something that's a little bit more personal in that respect of, I want to intentionally harmonize with these cups and make it part of my life. And for some of you, you might be investing for the first time ever into what is more of a family bracket. Okay? You're excited by it, but you want to do it right with the Knights of Pentacles, and you're taking the baby steps out here in the future about how to be part of something much more personal, but larger. It's like you're finding your space in a Ten of Cups dynamic, which makes me think for some of you, you've never done it before. Okay? And the Ten of Cups, it's more of a personal family home structure. All right? Wow. That's great. For some, I'm sorry, the first word that comes to mind is kids. It's like some of you never had kids before. Been around younger people. I don't know, but you're like, I don't know either. And I'm excited, but we're going to take time. I'm take my time. I'm going to, okay, cool. I can see that you're so comfortable being on your own if that's what you want to do. So you are literally finding your place in a Ten of Cups in the future. And it's nice. It's exciting. It's exploratory, but also, again, the Knights of Pentacles. You're like, I'm going to take my time, though. Agreed. You should. All right. Very good. That was interesting. It was cute. 34. I can tell. You're very resourceful, honey. I can see that. The fishes, where you go, the fishes be prosperous. Okay, resourceful. Okay, that was very specific. I just heard I want to catch the bigger fish. The engagement ring. Yeah, the ruby ring. Representation of passion as well as purity. It's beautiful. Also, commitment, Hierophant 25. Wow. Got your eye on a big fish, do you? Yeah, you do. All right, well, good on you. You say you know who you are, you know what it's about, you know where your heart has to be. Go on then. That's beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, beautiful. Is sudden wealth. I'm not trying to go into that space. Some people like to know. I'll touch on it if it pops up. I have to say, this not only seems to be a successful endeavor. Someone here is blessed with that sense of prosperity and wealth and resourcefulness. It's like whatever they touch turns to gold, or it's an insta jackpot type of thing. Struck lucky on this one, 777. It's in your fortune. It's in your favor. 11, 25, and 34. Okay. Just me, I don't know. I think it's just the way I was raised. I don't like bringing wealth into the conversation. It's weird. It's like, unless you're God or my intended to be betrothed, you don't need to know about that. It's like, it's weird. But I grew up, in the South in the 80s. You just don't discuss that. And yeah, there you go. A mountain. We had to, I don't know. I just don't like the tarot stuff. That's like, ooh, they're going to have money and gross. Gross. I'm not saying it's not important. Clearly, I live in the real world. I'm resourceful, but still, jeez, so gross. Anyway, I think it's the wrong reasons for connection. That's all I'm saying. I understand it's important to some. 22, mountain. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Some of you have had to climb mountains to understand who you are and where it is you're supposed to be. But in so doing, you have a very clear view of the stars. And a very strong skill bracket in overcoming challenges. Okay, major life obstacles, so well done. Okay. Okay, we have your medallion, Gemini. Some of you might be double, triple, or you might have one critical itty-bitty placement in Gemini, but it could mean a lot for you, okay? And then for some of you, Gemini season might be important. We have the letter I, we have the letter T, we have the lotus flower. For some of you, the lotus might have very strong representation, specifically the unfolding of things naturally, symmetrically, but also naturally. It's wild that things in nature can be so beautiful and intelligent design, but at the same time be natural, Anyway, the owl, great wisdom, insight, intelligence, very strong observation skills too with the big eyes. Ladybug, yeah, there it is again, a touch of luck. A touch of luck. Okay. Oh, we also have the medallions of Taurus and Scorpio. You might have any of these very prominent placements in your chart connecting to, or their seasons might be important to you for one reason or another. Okay, Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please? Show me Libra. Past, present, future. Show me Libra, please. Past, present, future. What's going on? Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Page of Swords. That's interesting. We digressed a little bit. In the past, at what point in the past you would know best? Queen of Swords, strong mind, determination, smart. Men, not afraid of the truth, right? With the Ace of Swords there, you're like, I know what I know. I know what it is very strongly. I know what I know. You're like, I live and abide by a particular truth. And you're like, that's what I do. That's what I'm rocking these days. I'm all about the truth. Eight of Wands is also in your current position. Eight of Wands, we're talking. You're talking with one person, multiple people. Maybe you're just very active. I mean, look at all that information flying around, you know? Five of Pentacles before you in future. There's a little bit of a break here. Not quite sure why. Page of Swords. Like I said, it's almost like we're digressing because the Page of Swords suggests we don't know much, whereas the Queen of Swords is the opposite of that. Okay, so it's kind of like saying, I don't know anything in future. Things have changed. What you know is changing. Okay, and the Page of Swords, excuse me, is the page associated with knowing the least and doing the least, which is why he's associated with observation. Spying, unfortunately, that's what it's usually relegated to, but observation bare minimum, because there's that sense of, I don't know enough to do anything, okay, which is honest. Except look and absorb, and then with more insight, we amplify, right, to the King, Queen of Swords, and Ace of Swords. So as I said, it's something happens right here at that Five of Pentacles, which we will look at, of course, that kind of says, what I know is very different now. It's interesting. Okay. We're going to start right there with you. Looks like I got the sniffles. We had a cold front roll in. Not cool. Cold. Right? And for the South, that's kind of shocking. It's like, oh my. There is a temperature fluctuation here. And everybody's nose starts, you know. Anyway, what's going on? Let's see that Queen of Swords for you in the past. Let's see that Queen of Swords. Sharp mind. Highly observant. Let's see that Queen of Swords, please. And I can see that you are someone who try to operate by the truth as you best understand it. You know, I know what I know, and I try to live by it, which is admirable, yeah? So I can see that you're someone who prizes knowledge, the truth, and the yielding of the truth, right? Let's see that Queen of Swords, please. Judgment, the stars, the King of Wands. Wow. Beautiful. It looks like a shared vision between yourself and someone else. Okay. And we have a lesson in here. Going after what we want, right? Aiming for higher, pulling for higher, reaching for higher. We have a lesson in this. If you want it, you got to reach for it, baby. And the star, that's a choice. That's very much a choice, right? Judgment, it's not just a lesson. It's also a choice. You got to make a serious judgment call. It's like if you know what you know, back it up. And you have this star attached to you, a vision attached to you, and you seem to share it with somebody. They're showing me ambition, possibly passion, a tenacity, if you will. But yeah, it looks like you were on board with somebody about a far-reaching goal, a vision. And it was going to take you far into the future, and you're like, I choose this. I know what it's about. I choose this, it's for me. So this was some time ago. And you've tried to live by that truth ever since. Ace of Swords, right? Let's go ahead and jump into the Eight of Wands. What are we talking about in present day? What are we doing here? What's going on? Let's see that Ace of Wands, please. One more. Let's see that Ace of Wands in present day. What are we discussing in present day? Page of Swords. Strength. Seven of Swords. Oh my. There's that influence again. Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, Strength. Our words are lacking conviction in present day. Why? Why? Let's see that Five of Pentacles really quick. It's almost like you're showing me I don't believe what I'm hearing. What's going on? Let's see that Five of Pentacles. Let's see that Five of Pentacles, please. It's almost like you're saying that can't be right. I'm hearing what I'm hearing. I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I'm observing what I'm observing. But you're like, this isn't processing. Something here in your present day is not processing. It doesn't make sense to you. And you're like, that can't be right, because you're showing me parts denial, and you're looking at this, and you can't say it's not happening. But it's like, you're also like, that can't be right, that can't be right, that can't be right. What's up with this Five of Pentacles, please? Show me this, please. Four of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Moon. Okay. We've got some sort of communication here that up until recently, you're like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. It seems like you're receiving contradictory information. You and I are talking, but what you're saying doesn't make sense. And it is taking strength for this communication to come forward, but your reaction to it is, no, that can't be correct. It's a disbelief too, but you're listening. You're trying to observe this, but a part of you suspended from the reality of it is like, that can't be right. So what is that? It's Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Seven of Wands, the Moon. Yeah, I can see why you have an element of disbelief in here, like your brain or your mind is trying to reject what it's hearing. And I can kind of see why. Up until recently, there's things that are being brought to light that you didn't even know were a problem. So that's fair. Okay. Someone is addressing that there is cracks in the relationship, that we feel like it's breaking. And they've withheld this knowledge for a while, the Seven of Wands with the Moon. Don't get me wrong, it could be role reversal. It could be you coming forward with language that you never thought you would use, because you've always been kind of low-key in denial about it, but you're talking about it now, about the problems you've had in some sort of relationship with someone else and how it's bothered you and it's been bothering you, and you're now having the courage to bring those words forward. It could absolutely be you. I do feel like you're on the receiving end, but again, once more, you take this as it resonates. There is someone else here, and through dialogue, we're learning things or speaking about things that up until at some point have been largely unspoken or unaddressed. Okay, it's the Moon stuff coming forward. The secrets, the unknown, the unexpected, but it looks like someone got in a habit of, I suppose you could say, fending off or suppressing how they really feel about the relationship in which you share. Four of Wands is a relationship, okay? How it's defined, labeled, right, is very much how it's built by two people. So boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, situationship, I don't know, it's up to you. But there's cracks in it. And it's under the Moon, something someone's been fending off, speaking to, or addressing. So that would, again, explain you're kind of like, that can't be right. I mean, I'm listening to you, but none of this is adding up. Okay. From someone else's point of view, the relationship isn't adding up, and they're just now talking about it with you. Okay. Once more, it could be reversed. Let's see that Page of Swords for you. Let's see that Page of Swords. Let's see that Page of Swords. I can see where it'd be confusing, especially if the two people I'm looking at here in the opening understood that they had or shared the same dream. Okay. And you thought you had made a good, solid decision, or you both felt you had made a good, solid decision towards each other back then. And we've carried and maintained and rocked that truth for I don't know how long. The Ace of Swords can represent an unknown amount of time. But it catches us up into present day about what's really going on. All right, let's see that Page of Swords, please. And again, it's in that respect of I'm starting over my knowledge base, because now your knowledge base has changed. Make sense? Okay, what's going on? Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. It's like, where does this leave me? Okay, you don't know. You're having to remain open to the subject. Where does this leave me? Where does this leave us? The stuff we built, remember all that? Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Swords. It's kind of like saying, I don't know how to not see myself in this foundation. I don't know how to not envision myself in it. I'm here. I've always been here. You and I created this thing. We built this thing. So you're struggling to adopt the vision of where it is you currently stand. That's because it's a new knowledge base for you. Okay. So there is a very strong sense of, I don't know how to see us in this. I don't know how to see myself in this. I wasn't aware that there was this level of problems. I think part of you knew and or suspected, but actually suspecting it and hearing it are two different things. And to your credit, you are trying to relearn your relationship and where it currently is instead of, that everything's cool or all is well, like it had been for I don't know how long. So to your credit, you're not trying to assume anything with that Page of Swords, but it's difficult for you. You can't say it isn't, because now you're having to see yourself and your foundation differently, and that sucks. Especially if we just always assumed it was always going to stay in place or never change, and we liked where it was just fine. Thank you very much. So I don't know that it's ending, but it's kind of like now that it's been addressed, the cracks are visible, okay? And we can't unsee it now. So it's kind of like, let's say two people lived in the same house for years. One person was aware of a crack in the wall, but the other person wasn't, and they didn't want to ruin that person's vision of the house. The thing is that crack was eating at somebody, and it bothers them, and it bothers them. But if they addressed it, that means drawing attention to the other person about, hey, there's this problem here. And in order to fix it, we both have to put work into it. And I don't think you'll like what I have to say about that crack, how it got there, and the kind of tools it will need to fix it. So again, I've been trying to ignore it for a long time and not bring it to your attention, right? Because I don't want you to worry, and I don't want you to know how much I think about that crack and how bothersome it is to me. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe it's a me problem. I'll get over it. You don't seem to notice the crack, and so maybe it's a me problem. Maybe it's a me thing. But it's really not. It's not a me problem. It's a we thing. And up until very recently, you've just now been included into the we problem. You see what I'm saying? Now you see the crack and you can't unsee it. And now you yourself are pulling back the lenses like, how did that get there? When did that get there? So the thing that they've noticed and has been bothering them for years, okay, you're just now starting to see. How the hell did it get there? What's the origin story of said crack? When did this even start? What? So you're not even at the point where you can talk about fixing it. You're still in a place of observation because your perspective of yourself has changed. Your role in that foundation is starting to change. It's starting to understand that not all is well. And you're trying to adopt that information now. It's so fresh. I'm saying this, what almost feels live, okay? Which means I don't have hard insight on the future because you have just become aware of this. So once more, this is either yours or it's not. That's it. What happens after this, I don't know. We'll have to check up on you. Okay. And I will. Let's pull some oracles. Let's see if what's in there. It could be you. It could be you that brought up the crack in the wall. And it's been bothering you. And you just again, maybe it's a me problem. I'll just keep denying it. I'm going to go back to the original vision that I shared with this person and say, that's it. That's my reference point. I'm going to keep rocking that knowledge until one day you couldn't. And it's like, what? I think it's time I brought up the crack in the wall. So I don't know who did. Okay. Times of change to compass. 42. Trying to point due north. What is the true destiny of this? What is the true understanding? What is our arrival state? We have the resources. You're saying that's not really the issue. It's not about the fish. It's not about the resources. You're saying what to do. Due north. Where am I supposed to be? Where are we supposed to be? It's not really a resource issue for you. It doesn't seem. No, it's not like that. For some of you, children might be involved. For others of you, a sense of dependency here. Okay, the smallness of a child, going back to that Page of Swords, feeling like all we can do is watch right now, feeling a little vulnerable, a little out of place, not quite understanding what our role is now. Again, going back to a small state, a reduced state, or a sense of dependency here. 18, that sense of vulnerability as well. Okay. Really just wanting confirmation that you're loved and safe and secure. For some of you, this represents a marriage. Yeah, absolutely. You're not a big family? We're not a big family. We're not a big relationship. We're not a big marriage. We don't have a destiny. We have resources. You have resources. But some of your children weren't in the picture. Like that was never part of the... I don't know where that's coming from. I'm sorry. I have no idea where that's coming from. Typically when the child card appears, it's exactly what it means. It could be children involved, but there's that sense of vulnerability, feeling small, dependent. For some of you, you have resources because you didn't have kids. And that wasn't part of the wheelhouse, if you will. I don't know where that's coming from. It's either your impression or it's not. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. 18, 3, 34, and 42. For some of you, that might be the crack in the wall, if you will. Number 6, Chariot, Cancerian energy, doesn't have to be. Charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. Okay. Once you understand your direction, you'll move forward. Okay. With or without this, you'll move forward. The Chariot suggests direction has been indicated, go forward. Some of you have very strong Cancer in your chart, in which case you might want to draw upon it at this time. Number 6. Okay. For some of you, there might be resolution by Cancerian season. Okay. More insight. But the strength of your own particular convictions, where do they lie? And thus you understand how to move or forge ahead. Do you want to get back onto the same page with this? You know? Share the same vision again, or understand that you two share the same vision? And what does that mean? How do we accommodate that crack? How do we compromise over it? Because you both understood at some point in your timeline that you were on the same page. Same page, goals, dreams, vision, what you saw for yourself long term in terms of longevity, further out. The both of you did. Okay, that's clearly here. But it seems the vision has changed, or our compass is no longer pointing to the north that we once associated it with. True direction. Okay, so indeed, let's address that crack in the wall. Meet it where it is. Understand from it. Okay. You two might find that you no longer share the same goal or vision, but that doesn't mean you can't be together, or maybe it does. I don't know. It's something that needs to be discussed. It's too early to tell. You don't have enough information yet. I agree. Maybe you're both on the same page about kids then, but you're not now. I don't know, because there is a question here of legacy and how do you find yourself in it. You're part of that foundation too. All right. Here we have Pegasus, the freedom to fly, the freedom to choose our own path, the free spirit. We have the medallion of Virgo. Some of you might have some very interesting Virgo in your chart, could be connecting to, and then Virgo season might be important for some of you. And then we have the letter F. We have the letters F, L, R, and H. Okay, Libra, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please? Show me, Taurus. Past, present, future. Show me, Taurus, please. Past, present, future. All right. Okay, past, 6 of Cups, the Lovers, the Queen of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Wow. I'm sure you have your reasons, you know, and it's very powerful. 6 of Cups in the past being a very appropriate position. So this is absolutely someone whom we know we're deeply connected to. So straight away, you would know that this is yours because it's in the past. 6 of Cups is past orientation, right? Soul bond, even if you don't believe in that, that's cool. It's like saying I have a very unique emotional connection with this person that's largely unspoken, mostly felt. And like I said, it's unique for that reason, okay? We kind of have an intuitive, low-key process with someone else. Fast forward a little bit, we have a story arc here of the Lovers, so it amplifies someone whom we used to know in the past. It develops into something that's like, oh crap, I am very connected to the Lovers, so it's kind of like upping the stakes, right? So 6 of Cups because it's not always necessarily romantic. Okay, it can be family members or friends, Six of Cups too, soul bonds. There are many in our life, right? But it's like, oh no, it's very distinctly the lovers, right? And it has that extra spike of urgency and sexual attraction and that kind of mental connectivity that can drive people absolutely crazy. But it's all there, and it can hit very high spikes. So you can kind of see where, like I said, we up the ante. And then Queen of Cups, it's the height, literally crowning you in your heart space as well as crowning you. What you feel in your heart, present day, is a fullness of heart. Queen of Cups is gorgeous. It's juicy. It's beautiful. It's in possession of one's feelings. And then a little bit more time passes for you. Page of Wands, a little bit of openness, curiosity. Eight of Cups, I see you walking. I see you walking. I see you emotionally detached. What's up? We had a hell of a story arc here. And then it went flat at the Eight of Cups. So let's see. Let's not take anything for granted because, honey, let's just stop right there and let's live there. It's a pretty sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? The fullness of heart reflecting. I mean, that's gorgeous. Look at that trajectory. Look at that pathway. And then you're like, Eight of Cups though? Okay. I get it. Six of Cups. Beautiful. We've known this person a long time. Unique memories, shared exchanges. It's gorgeous. Like I said, intuitive process is built in between the two of you. So let's go ahead and jump into the lovers, where we kind of, like I said, we up the stakes a little bit. Let's see the lovers, please. What's going on? Let's see the lovers. And there it is, Ace of Cups. The King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. You're saying I got to move on from this, whether I like it or not. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, you're like, well, the past is in the past. There's no point in reminiscing. It is kind of cold. The King of Swords and the Eight of Cups tends to be a little cold, a little shut off. But it is saying it is what it is. And the past belongs in the past. Fast forward, you're like, I remain to this day emotionally unavailable to this connection. I don't care how far back it goes. I don't care how much it calls to me spiritually or otherwise. Thank you very much. Because I have decided to remain emotionally unavailable and disconnected from it, so shall it be. You know, you're like, I made that decision then. I'm going to continue to reinforce it because you're showing me the passage of time over your thought process. So you're like, I made that decision once, I'll do it again. Okay. Gosh, that's very... I mean, you know, honey, I know Taurus in that respect, if it's your will, your way, I mean, that just looks so cold. You know, just say you shut it off once, he'll do it again. Gosh, honey, that's pretty adamant. Let's see that Queen of Cups then in your current position. I mean, I see what you told yourself. It's like, I'm going to remain emotionally detached and unavailable to this. That's it. I made up my mind. I know. I can see you do things like that. But just because your mind said so, do you actually believe it, though? I mean, you have your reasons. I'm assuming you have your reasons. It's like, I will not allow myself to be attached to this. I will not allow myself to be open towards it. I don't give a damn how strong it is. Let's see that Queen of Cups, please. Strength, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles. You're saying you have to be strong because as far as you're concerned, your heart is your biggest Achilles heel. Strength, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles. You said you've thought about it a lot, that you have to exercise a strong will. It's a matter of self-worth to you and priorities and practicality to kind of keep your heart space in check. Because you feel so strongly connected to this, you're showing me such a coldness towards it. Like, I refuse to remain open towards this. Not even a little bit will I give to it. And it happened over the passage of time, since the very first time you intersected this to its kind of story arc as the lovers. You're like, doesn't matter. I'm going to treat it the same then as when I first met it, to when I continued to connect with it. And you're saying, you know, your heart space would point to it if you allowed it. Ooh. You know, the strength, it's you. It's a matter of strength of will and perspective and keeping your priorities in check. Okay. I respect your kind of process here. It's so incredibly strong-willed, and you're saying, I've thought about it. But as far as you're concerned, your heart, when it comes to this subject, is its biggest weakness. And you're saying sometimes it's just a matter of being practical. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and skip that page of wands, and let's just jump to that outcome with the 8 of cups. Yeah. I mean, you have your reasons, honey. I'm sure you do. Let's see that 8 of cups, please, in the outcome. Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Magician. You still want it. You act like you don't, but you do. You know, people can show me badass stuff all the time. I don't get attached. I can walk away at the drop of a hat. Cool. That doesn't mean we actually believe it. It's what we kind of tell ourselves. And you've had a particular dialogue you've been telling yourself for a very long time where it's like, I will always remain unavailable to this, or I will never choose it. I don't care how strongly it speaks to me. And you had your reasons. And you said, when it comes to this, I feel too much, or I feel the possibility of feeling too much for it with the Queen of Cups. And it's like, it doesn't mean it doesn't draw me, but it's my decision about whether or not I allow it to interact with it, to engage in it, or allow myself to actually be open to what I'm feeling. And it's like, you're just saying it's a have to matter of strength of will and being practical. I mean, that's very you. I'm not saying all Tauruses, it's just, that's very earthy. And sometimes if you want to make a practical based decision over the strength of your feeling and conviction of will and spirit, you will. I mean, you will. I'm not saying you were wrong, but I'm also saying you kind of lying to yourself, because 8 of Cups in the future, you're like, I'm still walked away from this. I'm still emotionally detached from it, and I'm still not available to it. And you're saying, it hurts me. 10 of Swords, King of Pentacles, it literally hurts you. Nonetheless, you find yourself manifesting this. I don't give a damn how much you say you're not attached to it, and never were, never will be. You go on then. But it's you who's paying the price on this one. You're racking up the interest. And as an earth sign, you ought to be able to appreciate that. We have all sorts of interest. Spiritual interest, emotional interest. My friend, you're paying both. Okay. So I don't know what you're getting from this, unless you're a Taurus who just for one reason or another prides yourself on being such an emotional, detached badass that you're costing yourself. I mean, I've seen people shoot themselves in the foot, but you got gaping holes where your feet should be. Because you still want this, even though it's technically over. It causes you pain to keep yourself distant from it. I hate seeing this for you. I see stuff like this from time to time, not just for Taurus, just people in general who are determined to stay the hell away from someone emotionally. And then they wonder why they still feel compelled towards it. Yes, the interest you're paying is... You're paying the interest for the feelings you won't allow yourself to have. They're there. God dang. I mean, I'm sorry, you know. Take what resonates. This one's either yours or it's not. That's it. That's all there is to it. I would say good luck to your manifestation, but then I'd be lying. You are very wholeheartedly prepared to reject this time and again. For the Taurus I'm looking at, you've done it multiple times. And by that I mean be connected to it since you first met it to when the connection got even stronger. So no, I don't want you to have success with this. You can't say I want this and then be prepared to not engage with it, because you'll never fully choose it, and therefore it will never truly choose you back. You're always going to feel rejected by it because you made sure that you did. Okay? So no, I just be aware of your manifestation principles, okay? That's it, you know? Okay. Anything else in here, please? Venomous thoughts, number 7, the snake. Change. Poisonous thoughts about sayings. Change is a bad thing. It's scary. It'll hurt me. The influence is bad. Best to kill it. Like I said, I really don't want something that you've clearly said, I reject, I won't get into. And by reject, I mean you don't accept it at every level, emotionally and spiritually. So, no, I don't want you to manifest this. You will always shut it down, no matter how many times it crosses your timeline, and thus you will always hurt and reject yourself. If you're not going to choose yourself, you're not going to be able to choose someone else. You have to know that you want to love this and allow yourself and give yourself permission. Otherwise, it's, in one way or another, you're always going to reject yourself, or they will. Okay, I'm sorry. God, this sucks, guys. This really sucks. You know, obviously I'll tune in on you next week. Is this the Taurus forever? No. Is this Taurus today? Yeah. I'm recording this January 7th. So no, it doesn't have to be you tomorrow. It doesn't have to be you next week. It's just you have a pretty strong, consistent pattern with this connection, and thus it looks like you're determined to make it stay as such. So I just don't see the point of manifestation unless you're looking for a solution for yourself. And, you know, that, I don't know. But we'll check up on you. I want to see other things. Once more, you know, this is either your reading or it's not. I don't like seeing this kind of stuff for any sign. I'd rather you hear it from me than not at all. Real respect's real. And a real Taurus, a developed Taurus, gets it and says, okay, this sucks. But thank goodness it's not me. Or if it is feeling like it's you a little bit, you would know. And the realness is speaking to you, and it might give you something to work with. Okay? That's all. That's all I want for folks. Sometimes I get the awesome, and you've had plenty of readings, honey, where I'm like seeing you all but kick back on a sweet beach with a sweet margarita with a sweet somebody. I've seen those for you before. I've seen Taurus be the fool and rip things off with a lover and just boom, out the door like a rocket you go. I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it. This is the opposite. Very much the opposite. Well, you don't go outside, you lock the damn door. You triple lock it. You draw the curtains. You're like, no, I will not allow this to influence me. And Number 4, since birth, universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Universe has tried to bring you this opportunity a couple of times. You're like, I know, and I'm going to shut it down. Some of you have been like this. I don't want to go there too far, but since, you know, earliest childhood, if it speaks to you too strongly emotionally, the further you push away from it. And there's going to be a backstory to that. We all have backstories. We all have our origin stories, if you will. You have yours. But some of you, it's like the stronger the emotion, the more you're going to push the hell away from it. Okay? It's a trust thing. Emotional trust has not come by easy for some of you. Okay. Okay. Like always, I adore all my collectives. You know, with Taurus, no exception. I've made it very clear over the years. If you're new to the channel, walking in on this is like, oh, she hates Taurus. No, honey, this is what hit the table today. I love all my collectives. Taurus is no exception. So, in fact, you're one of my steadiest viewers, honestly. Taurus. So no, I'm not happy to see this crap for you or anybody. I want to see you progress, not go backwards on yourself. We have the letters D, T, L. We have 2 butterflies here. One represents the opportunity of transformation. The other does not transform. We have the medallion of Aries, Sag, and Scorpio. The keywords here being passionate as well as optimist. For some of you might have any of these critical placements in your chart. Their seasons might be important to you or could be or was connecting to. Taurus, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments as you see fit. You know, I don't want you to resonate with this. I really don't. But if you do, you have your reasons, and if you feel so inclined to share, do. It might help someone else. Okay? But I hope this helped regardless. Put in the comments, like I said, take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on for Virgo? What's going on? Show me Virgo. What's going on? Let's take a look at Virgo. Past, present, future. Past. Six of Wands. The Four of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords. Page of Pentacles. The Hermit in future. That's you, darling. Lots of folks have been showing me their power cards, which is wonderful. I like that. You kind of get back on track with you in the future. But let's start there from the very beginning. Six of Wands in the past. You felt cheeky about something good, victorious. That's right. I've been seen. I deserve to be seen now. It could be an ego thing, but we have to keep in mind ego, like all elements in life, have a good and a bad, a pro and a con. So maybe you deserve to be seen. Maybe you deserve the recognition. Maybe you were showing off. I don't know. We'll find out because I'm curious. And the Four of Pentacles, you pull it back, though. You pull it back. You pull it back. You pull it back. Time, energy, and effort specifically. For some of you, it has to do with your coin. Perhaps for some of you, it's because you're working on something and you're showing me conservative effort. Like, don't let it run away with us. Okay, let's be cool. Everybody be cool. Just one thing at a time. One brick at a time. Okay? Let's try not to run away with this energy. It's like success, recognition, job well done. But then you're like, okay, I actually got to put work into this, though. So let's not let it go to our head too fast, too quick. Eight of Swords for you in present day. There's some stress in there. There's some mental stress, and it's not obvious to you what the solution should be. Some of you are tempted to lean into procrastination. I'm going to push back on you about that. No, we need to invest in a solution sooner rather than later. It is very easy to fall for the trap of procrastination. It's kind of like, I just put this off a little bit. Page of Pentacles is reflecting back on the Eight of Swords. You will be glad in the end when you start making some movement towards this. We start clearing up these piles, if you will, of stress, whatever it is that's currently sitting in your mind and it doesn't seem to have an obvious solution. All I'm asking you is do not lean into procrastination. Not on this one. This one's going to require a little bit more work up front sooner rather than later. I don't know how to tell you that. I just do. Okay? I just do. I'm very curious about that moment, that Six of Wands. What was that? What was that Six of Wands about? I want to see. For some reason, that's got my interest a little bit. And then you go Four of Pentacles real fast. It's like, okay. Yeah, it felt good. But hold on, guys. Okay, let's walk this one out. We're not in a position to like run yet. Where did that come from? I don't know. All right, let's see that Six of Wands, please. Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. It's work. Yeah, I know it's work. Three of Wands, Five of Cups. Waiting a long time for this. You acquired something. More opportunity for yourself, but it's stretched out over time. It's like finally some fucking recognition for my work. Yeah, I agree. You know that moment where you're like, that's right. I brought that shit together. You passed me up for opportunity. You passed me up for investment. You didn't invest in me. You didn't believe in me. Well, look at me now. And something like that happened for you. And I got that right away. Some of you have been passed up for opportunity, recognition specifically, people believing in your work, and it's always caused you as kind of a grievance that you've carried with you. It feels like all your life. It's like my work is underappreciated, undervalued. People don't see the potential, but I do. I get that. I do. That's all right there. So I'm not saying you didn't have your moment under the sun. You did. You had a nice little spike there of recognition, right? And it's like, it's about damn time. And then you pulled it back almost immediately. Four of Pentacles. It's like, well, now I got to do more. I have to live up to it because you got some sort of recognition here. And then the reality that hit you, it deflated you a little bit. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. So you're like, okay, we got to hunker down, conserve time, energy, and effort, and build into this a little more. I just knew right away it was a career thing. Don't get me wrong, you might show me personal stuff as we go along, but congratulations, though. Congratulations. It looks like it's overdue recognition. Well, good on you. You know who to have faith in are the people who invest in you early on before the energy starts to generate, before you start seeing the results. When people start seeing the results, they're like, "Ooh, yeah, how can I get in on that?" You know, it's the people you trust are the people who were in on the ground floor, you know? They were helping you because they believed in you, they invested in you. Those are the good people. And I'm sure you have those folks in your life. But for some reason, the recognition, though, was fairly recent. That's a recent past. Anyway, let's carry on. I think the Four of Pentacles speaks for itself, but if I have any more questions, I'll get back to it. I want to see this Eight of Swords, because now you're showing me I'm locked up now. Okay? Now we got to deliver the goods, build into it, keep it consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Let's see that Eight of Swords, please. Let's see that Eight of Swords. What's on your mind / I'm not trying to think about that, but I probably should thing. What's going on? Eight of Swords. Some of the 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 Eight of Swords, please. Present day. Present day. Present day. Present mind, too. The Moon. The Eight of Swords. Oh, Two of Cups. Wow. You're scared. Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Why are you scared? What's going on? I don't want to think about it. Shuts it down. You're showing me elements of fear surrounding a love bond, Two of Cups, that you would desperately try not to think about. You're trying to make it go away, go away, go away. Shove it under the moon. Shove that shit under the moon. I don't want to think about it. Talking about procrastinating. You have been procrastinating that. You've shoved that love union under the moon so many times, I bet you've lost count. What's with all the swords, honey? It's just a Two of Cups. So while you're busy over here with workity work. Okay, good stuff, though. I understand how you pulled it back. It's like, let's not run away with this. Now I got to live up to it. I've got to fulfill the order. I got to fulfill the goal steps. I go over here where your mind is currently presently on lockdown. I mean, that's lockdown, honey. How long have you been in prison over this particular Two of Cups? Because that's prison. That's a mental prison. Spiritual prison, too, with the moon. Man. And you're like, I'm not thinking about that. Yeah, you is. It's just way down there. And sometimes a lot of times you catch yourself feeling away around the edges because the intuitive process is in here, but it's just really murky. It must be very hard for you to hear yourself. Okay. I now we can see. I'm having a hard time with that one. We're gonna push it. All right, let's take a look at that Page of Pentacles. Let's see if you do anything in theory with it. Let's Page of Pentacles. The work thing, I'm not worried about. You pulled it back several degrees and like, okay, let's slow it down. Basics. Let's get tight with our time, energy, and effort on this one. Okay. I got to live up to the rep. You earned it, right? You got that recognition. You see that Page of Pentacles? This one's interesting. King of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Empress. You want to put yourself in some way, realistically invest in something that, yes, represents an ache in your heart, but also importance. Honey, please just do something with it. If you want a good reflection point, take a look at Tauruses. I mean, do something with it. Even if it's a Page of Pentacles. It's not worth putting that much energy into tamping something down that doesn't want to stay down. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. I don't know what you want to do with your page, but it's the most realistic of the pages of the Page of Pentacles. You know, we all get swords sticking in our heart from time to time. Who we are as people is really defined by how we work through it and what we do with it. Not how long we can live with it or pretend the pain doesn't exist. Anybody can do that. Okay? And look how they are. Fucking miserable. You can do something with it. Invest in the heart space. Invest in the love. If this person's VIP status, the way your heart claims they are, they must be worth it, right? More to the point, you're worth it. You're worth more than you desperately trying to shove something down that represents love. You're worth so much more than this. And so is the heart's desire. So treat yourself with the respect and dignity that you deserve. And who knows what might flow from that. But we'd have to drop a page of Pentacles to find out, and that's before you in the future. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's proof choice, not the opposite of it. What you do with your page of Pentacles is your business. I just don't want to see you up in your head like that anymore. And also simultaneously, desperately pretending that you're not. Real respect's real. You get that, right? You have your reasons. But are they good enough to cause you that level of mental stress and separation from yourself? The Hermit. The outcome, you. Healing, experience, wisdom, and being able to appreciate yourself a little more. Being a little bit more in touch with yourself, yeah? Ten of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Swords. You are working on healing elements to yourself that are very specific. Ten of Wands, Eight of Cups, Two of Swords. It's been a burden to you. It's always been kind of a burden to you for a long time. You have to want to be emotionally available. And for some of you, it's hard. Some of you, it's very, very hard to tune into your in-love feelings while it's there, while it's in front of you, while you're feeling it. If you do the work, and for some of you, it's overdue, some of you find feelings to be such a burden. Not when you're in tune with them. When you're in tune with them, they're never a burden. Okay? As someone who I am water-oriented, right? I'm not an earth sign. Let's say that there was a goal that required 50 steps. To me, I'm like, oh, that looks tedious, horrible, and boring. To an earth sign, it's like those 50 steps make perfect sense. And once you start them, it's not a problem. You just start it and keep going. Well, to me, it's like that, but with emotions. You start the process, just keep going, you'll be fine. You know? The thing is, for me, saying those 50 steps to a goal, I have to be emotionally invested. Otherwise, I'm not gonna. I don't see the point. From a practical point of view, you're like, but it serves a practical function, therefore it doesn't matter how you feel about it, you just do it. Uh-huh. Do you see the difference? If I'm not emotionally invested, I don't see a point in you or the situation. Never mind having a goal towards it. Why the hell would I take those 50 unnecessary steps? Give me a reason to be invested. So, well, for some of you, your point of view is that feelings here can be such a pain in the ass, confusing, conflicting. You don't always know how you feel. You don't know how you should feel. The more you start making practical inroads in it and understanding it's worth your time, energy, and effort, the more you'll start to do it, and the process gets easier. And what easier way to start is with a little page, honey. Has such big feelings that I know they hurt. But you got to ask yourself, practically speaking, is it worth it? I don't know. How much do you value yourself and your own sense of healing? I know some of you have always felt a burden. It's just easier to be emotionally absent. But is that who you really want to be, though? You start the process. Emotional investment's easier than I think you're giving it credit for. But that's easy for me to say. Someone who's more in tune with that side of things. Anyway, that's just advice from me, Auntie Sassy. I'm just saying it doesn't look like it's worth suppressing, honey. It just doesn't look like it. I mean, what you feel or could potentially feel is so huge. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Once more, just maybe tune into Taurus, because what I saw there is what happens when someone always makes themselves emotionally unavailable, no matter the motivation. Okay? And that was hard to look at. That was not easy. You have the notion that that shouldn't be the case. Okay? I mean, it looks beautiful to me. I wonder what happened over here. I'm sure you'll be fine. You seem to have a plan for this. And then you took me on an emotional tangent. But I'm sure this will be fine. I have a feeling this pays out later. It's not a right away thing. More so around April, May. Okay. You'll see more of the fruits of your labor. Okay. Number 17, there's a gift in there. There's your page right there, honey. Number 17. There's a gift. Something's in there. I don't know what it is. It could be your words. It could be an action. I don't know. There's something. It's the gesture. It's the something. It's the something. Okay? The something. The resources. It doesn't take too much to spare here, does it? Nibbling away at the resources here. I know you don't have a lot of time, energy, and effort to spare, but if this is important to you, you'll make some inroads in it. I know it seems like a lot of things consume your time. I get that. So that's why you have to safeguard your time, your personal time, like anything else that's available to you, i.e. your resources. You're one of them. Where do you think all that comes from? You pulled that out of your butt? No. Your time, energy, and effort is first and foremost for you. So use it wisely. Okay? Oh. You've been given a... Was that it? Did I just see a bonus gift? Is that what I saw? Oh. Congratulations. There's a recognition. You got a pay raise, a raise, something. More funds became resources that'll help ease the resources. Yes. Absolutely. For some of you, it was a bonus gift. Raise part of the recognition, something that will help consume less resources. But yet, nevertheless, I still see the gesture tied to your heart over here. So for some of you, it's actually both. It's actually both. It represents a little bit of both. Anyway, a wealthy man, you've done quite well for yourself, or you're trying to. You're trying to get that recognition, that name, that reputation. The guy, right? Number 13, the guy. I got you. The flowers. Some of you identify with blooming. It takes time to cultivate things and to make them bloom. Number 11. Be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. For some of you, it's both. I mean, what I call it, baby. I'm not trying to, but they were both here. I saw your professional side. I see your personal side. And in many respects, your oracles are overlapping the two. You don't have to concentrate on one thing to bloom and then forsake the other. No, you can do both. I know that one's inherently easier to you. That's all. But yeah, no, that outcome is you reflecting on how far you've come, particularly in that sense of how you find it difficult to remain open. And that's something that you need to work on. Feelings are natural when you are naturally allowed to embrace them. And that permission starts with you. Okay? Anyway. Sorry, I don't mean to go on, but that's kind of why we're here. A little bit. I mean, don't just hang out for my personality and charms, do you? Charms, literally, for some of you, yes. Speaking of which, the letter N, the letter Z. We have the medallion of Cancer. Some of you have some very interesting Cancer in your chart. Could, even if it's one key placement, could be connecting to Cancer. Cancer season might be important to some of you. And then we have the dragon in reverse. There's some areas in your life where you just don't feel like you're empowered. I understand. We have the spatula. Some of you like to cook. You love the cooking. Food trucks. What's that? I just had an image of you just meandering over to food trucks. You like food trucks? Wait. Okay, you know those food truck parks where it's not just one, it's like multiple food trucks in one area. Some of you, it's like a little adventure. You like to visit one. You're like, that's okay. Let's go to the next one. And the next one. You will scope the whole place out before you buy yourself a snack or lunch or something. But what? I don't know where that came from. That just hit me out of nowhere. And some of you really enjoy that. You like the variety and everything's in one spot. It's funny. Anyway, some of you, profession, hobby. Okay, some of you own a food truck, in which case, congratulations. I've thought about it. I've thought about it. I can see the appeal. I can. I really can. I don't know what the hell I would do with mine. I like to bake more than I like to cook, so it would be something obnoxious and slightly dirty like Christina's cookies. Honey, it's what I do. I play with words. Literally, I play with words all day. All right. Virgo, honey, you know, you are making progress, and why things aren't obvious on the outcome, that's because it's still subject to change. I see you feeling better about you and how much progress you've made, particularly in that realm of understanding emotional disconnectivity and why you've always found that so hard to connect with things emotionally more quickly or easily or available. And, you know, you shoving things under the moon and trying to ignore it hasn't helped. Okay, so I'm just saying, a Page of Pentacles, when it comes to this, whatever it is, it's the least you can do for you. All right, and that will actually help you make progress over here. That's enough. I hope this helped. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Capricorn, past, present, future. Show me, Capricorn, past, present, future. I am reminding myself right now, which just kind of occurred to me, you kind of sound like, Christina, that automated voice from the movie Logan's Run. Now, I grew up consuming sci-fi at very high volumes, and Logan's Run was one of my favorites. But anyway, if you know the scene, you know what I'm talking about. There's that automated voice that announces birth dates and therefore the death date. They don't know that. And including the sign. And I just realized I kind of sound like that today. Anyway, show me, put up a little, I don't know, red flag or whatever color flag you want if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love Logan's Run. That's a great movie. All right, let's take a look at you. Past, present, and future. Queen of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Okay. 10 of Cups, and the Sun. Good job. Yeah, you're living under the sun. I love it. You will be. Queen of Cups is in the past. This is something you've identified with, is having a big old soft squishy heart, right? As an earth sign, it's interesting you're showing me that. So perhaps some of you are very, very comfortable with your water sides because it's here multiple times. We have the Queen, the 9, the 10. You're like, you know, I place a lot of value on emotion. I'm comfortable with my heart space. I know when I'm feeling love. I know when I'm feeling anger, frustration, disgust. That's all in there. That's all in the emotions. And it's like I claim them. I don't shy away from what I feel. This is what I feel. And you're also saying, because of that, I'm in touch with my intuitive process. And very comfortable recognition of yourself in the past. No problem. 9 of Wands, we fast forward a little bit. And at some point, you're showing me walls, blockage, frustration, anger, cutting off. I don't know. We'll see. 9 of Cups is what's in you today, right now, present time. You're like, I'm living my best definition of wish fulfillment as I know, as I understand it, as I'm in tune with it, right? The more we love ourselves, 9 of Cups, the more we understand what's right for us. 10 of Cups, harmonious energy between yourself and those that you would call family, friends, maybe spouses, kids. It's whomever's in that 10 of Cups, okay? Whomever is part of your life on the day-to-day, the regular, and let's say they're not near you all day, every day, but when you look out upon your world, you can smile knowing that that person's in your life, right? That's part of the 10 of Cups. The Sun is in the outcome. Bye. You're fine. It's nice to see that for you. Oh, goodness gracious, honey, I was, don't get me wrong, I'm going to clarify, I'll see the nonsense, I'll see the shenanigans, this is part of human existence, right? But I have to tell you, Taurus and Virgo, your earth cousins, they done put me through it. They done put me through it. So, yeah, thank you for this, I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to try to dig as deeply as I can, but it's nice when you don't feel like you have to dig as much. You seem pretty happy. I'm not saying you're perfect. There's no such thing. But you seem pretty darn happy and aware of who you are, which is lovely. Having said that, watch. You show me a bunch of shit like the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords or something like that. No. Let's take a look. Let's see that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and start with that Queen of Cups. I want to see how your heart space how you understood it, because you look very comfortable in your feels. King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, you feel emotionally and deeply committed to someone who is of the same frequency as you. So straight away, you're either showing me high levels of emotional commitment and no argument there. Like this person and I, we are connected to the heart, from the heart. We share the same wavelength, and it's not disputed by either person. You're saying, upon reflection of time, it has always been this way. I have always shared this heart space with someone who, by all rights, is my equal of the heart, which is gorgeous. And you're like, that's what I stand up for. That's what I'm all about. That's absolutely beautiful. It's very gorgeous. That's just love, knowing you love, and you are, in fact, loved in return. I mean, that's so beautiful. And we're committed to this. If not by the relationship, as in marriage, like I said, it's the emotional commitment that you two share without dispute. Okay, let's see what's got your shackles up there a little bit with the Knight of Wands. What were we blocking? You can tell me what pissed you off. And it's not just about blockers. It's sometimes like, oh, you want to fight? You want to fight? You want to fight? Sometimes it's like that, you know? But again, we get to choose our own level of participation. Nine of Wands suggests I've been doing the same thing over and over again and nothing's changed, but I keep doing it. So that can lean into repetitious behaviors. The Knight of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. You're saying something here was trying to prove itself a distraction. Typically, I see the Knights, as one should, as outward, outbound. This is how I feel, and I'm showing it or demonstrating it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm thinking. This one was coming toward you, and you blocked it. Somehow it wanted to be part of your Ten of Cups, and it wanted to balance with you, practically speaking. This could be a work thing. This could just be someone that you know. This is someone that you know that was attracted to you. And they wanted to be part of your world. They wanted to be part of your gig, the Ten of Cups, but keep it friendly. Six of Pentacles, the give and take thing. And you're like, no, I got friction with you. I got beef with you. I ain't trying to have beef in my world. However you want to put it, that's just what came to mind. It's an old expression, we got beef. And you're like, I'm not trying to. I don't see how you fit into my dynamic. Practically or emotionally. It's kind of like saying, I don't have, whatever this energy was, it's disruptive, and it was trying to get into your world, trying to harmonize with you in some way, and show up as fair, practical, and you're like, no, I'm good. I have all the Ten of Cups I need. I have all the Six of Pentacles I need. So you were kind of rough with it, but it was non-negotiable. Let's see that night. It's curious. Well, you know what? If I have any questions, I'll get back to that. I want to jump over here to Ten of Cups because you clearly take that seriously. Like, you are very defensive of it. Like, your family unit is tight. And you didn't want this interrupting it. Whatever it was. I can honestly say, from my point of view, the energy feels like it was outside trying to get in. And you're like, no. Thank you. I got something good over here, and I'm not trying to have it screwed up. I agree with you. You do have something good. So let's take a look at your Ten of Cups. Protective of it? Absolutely. You have a tight inner circle. You like to keep it that way. You're selective over your Ten of Cups. You're protective of it. Again, family, friends, kids, spouses, whatever. You take it very seriously, and you don't like this disruption. You don't. It rushes in. It tries to balance. It tries to check in, and like, no. We're not cool. It's something like that. We're not cool. You approaching me like we're cool, but we're not cool. It's interesting. Let's do that Ten of Cups, please. I'm glad that you abide by wish fulfillment as you understand it. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Okay. You're not interested in growing it. You don't seem to be interested in growing your Ten of Cups. But you're not fully acknowledging that either, which I think is interesting. It's like you're saying, I'm good. Everything here's good. You don't want, and they're still looking at you. They're still looking at you. Outsider looking in. And you're like, it's good where it is. I don't want the influence. It's like you're not trying to grow your Ten of Cups, but you also don't feel the need to. I don't think that's why you're acknowledging it, but I still have someone looking at you, wondering why they can't be let in. What's the secret to the sauce? Something about that energy is just too disruptive, or it's too wild, or it's too unpredictable, or it's something. You don't like the approach of it at all. It's like, how can I get in on that balance system? It's like, no, if you wanted to be, if you were part of it, you would know. Because I have to agree with you, operating systems like this, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, they earned their place. They earned their place. I think you're perceiving this person as wants to take credit as being part of it when they never were. And let's see that Sun, please. Ace of Swords, the Star, and the Ten of Pentacles. See, that's what I'm saying. You were so protective. I would be like, Capricorn, what's the problem? You're kind of coming across as an asshole. There is something here that when I clarify the Nine of Wands, why'd you put the wall up? There's something about this energy that gets excited, turned on. I want to be part of this deliciousness that you have. And this, to be clear, the Ten of Cups and Six of Pentacles, it looks so super easy, but people have earned their place in your life, and you have earned your place in their lives. That's what this is. And it's consistent. Okay? It's in a back and forth that's predictable, reliable, and it's loving. Okay? So I understand why you'd want to be protective of it. And I still see you trying to live your best life on your terms of wish fulfillment as you understand it. Whatever this is, you built into it. It's important to you. I see you committed to someone else's heart space. I still have someone looking at you on the outside wanting to get in, but they can't. Their energy is too small. And their level of participation is also small. They don't build into this Ten of Cups, but they want to be included like they were always there. It's kind of like saying, give me credit after the fact. Give me credit even though your script was already written and directed and made without me. You know, it's kind of like, include me. And you're like, no, you didn't help build any of this. And you also are not going to allow it to contribute to the maintenance of what you have either. You're not looking to expand. You're like, I like everything where it is. Thank you. And you're not, here's the thing is that you're not wrong. You're not wrong, no. You're not wrong to exclude this. The energy contribution is wild. It comes forth in a burst of energy and then it backs off and it gets really small. It's not consistent. And the Sun is in your outcome. The truth is that you are aiming towards a vision, a goal, and a dream, particularly as it relates to success and the stability of said success. And you are actively excluding someone. Maybe they want to be in there and to ride the coattails or soak up the glory of it, but they didn't actually contribute to it. Not like the people in your Ten of Cups did. Not like your committed heart space over here has. They don't contribute like that at all, but they want to be included for credits. Whatever it is you're working on comprehensively over time is not only a direct source to your happiness, it's a truth that you have been trying to live and abide by for the better part of your life. Something that has some very strong Aquarius in your chart, by the way. And it has to do with longevity, success, foundation principles that this person never built into. And when they come in, it's with good energy and how can I be included, but they can't fit in. Or they were never there from the ground floor, if you will. You know? It bothers me. It bothers me. And it's like they want credit. They didn't earn it. That's what bothers you. That's why I see you blocking them. Like, how can I get in on that after it's made? It's a very Capricorn response. You know? But no, that's beautiful, honey. And your vision is absolutely, it's searing vision, by the way. The Sun, Ace of Swords, the Star, it's a searing vision of prosperity, longevity, all the good stuff, you know? Stability for this lifetime, maybe the next. You're on your way to that. So you hold out to that vision. I love your emotionally committed partner over there. I love that you love them. I love that you stand up for what's right for you. And but there's some things that you're just, part of that, what's made you so successful here is your ability to discern. And I can't fault you for that. You know, at first it looked like you were swatting a fly, but I can kind of see why. I don't think you treat all outsiders like that, just this particular person who feels they're supposed to be included in this dynamic, but they're excluded. You know, they want that ground floor credit when they're showing up after the fact. That's no good. The messenger, colorful, rainbow, engagement, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I see the commitment here. You look very vibrant. You deliver very colorful meanings and messages to people. But there is commitment here. Absolutely. It's very vibrant. And it's exotic what you do. Well done. Congratulations. Not just anybody can create this. The hot house garden, I love those. A lot of people do. It represents the time, energy, and effort of things that most people can't achieve. And what's produced is rare, exotic, and beautiful, and people will go out of their way by miles to go see it. Some of you, part of your vision here is creating something splendorous, wonderful, but very few can do it. Whatever it is you've done, congratulations. What it is you're trying to achieve, it's parts creative, as well as part of your practical foundation plan in this life, so well done. You have quite the display here, or at least you will when your vision is finalized in future. I can see why they want to be included. This one was on the sideways, the dual staircase, A, B, left, right, 1, 2. You're at that point now, for some of you, right here at that crossroads about whether or not to include this person or to exclude them. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. Underlying is the thoughts, a sense of cleverness. How can I get away with something? Being smart, being clever, not necessarily being honest, but wanting to get what they want to get by any means possible. Yeah, no, I that bums me out seeing this over here. You're not trying to grow your Ten of Cups. You're not necessarily wanting to include them.
Someone was detected at your front door.
No, I had that on for a reason. I'm expecting my new monitor. I needed one. I needed one so I can really blow up my text. Because it's getting like that now at work. Yay. I'm like you, honey. I got a vision. I'm sticking to it. And it will be success. It is being successful now. I'm living it now, which is wonderful. But I still, my poor eyes, honey. My poor eyes. So we're getting a brand new monitor. And that should help me edit more. And you're like, so you need it then. Yeah, I hear your sarcasm and I reject it. So, no, it's all good stuff. As I was saying, I completely reconfigured my space and I'm like, you know what? Why am I working so hard to read? If people ask me all the time, why do you make typos? Well, some of it, honestly, there's a difference between being a writer and being an editor. Okay. Some of it is just poor phone usage. Okay. Because my poor fingers. Okay. Just whatever. And sometimes it's just because they can't see very well. And it's time we started to admit that. It is what it is. Aging falls upon all of us. Dragonfly, number 8. Case in point. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Good job. You've done such a good job of hard-wearing transformation that has carried you far into the future. And it's a dragonfly. I love it. One of my favorites. But you have confidence in this, and I don't think you'd be rejecting this if you didn't think it was in your best interest, and I get you. I do. Okay? It still doesn't seem to have anything new to say. It just wants to be included. Or do. We have the letters Q. We have the letters T. We have the seashell, sign of Cancer. Listen to what you are feeling. I can see that on your opening. You're actually pretty good at that. We have the Wheel of Fortune crossed with the World. Doors open, doors close, and time passes in between. Okay? That's how life works. We have the medallion of Aries, the reverse, keyword here being courageous. You've had to be very courageous in life and in career. And some of you have some very strong Aries in your chart because we also have the dragon here. That sense of empowerment is in the upright. We also have the great owl, upright, eyes wide open, highly observant and intelligent. Okay, Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Scorpio, please. Past, present, future. Show me, Scorpio. Past, present, future. What's going on? The High Priestess. The Empress. Queen of Wands. The Lovers. The Nine of Cups. Bye. You have yourself a nice day. Yeah, I'll clarify. I'll see nonsense, I know. But hey, that ain't bad. No, that ain't bad, honey. I'll read what's here, not what isn't. That's nice. That's nice. You know, where I keep seeing a world where lovers are getting rejected left, right, and center because people won't work on their shit, you know? You're like, I'm all about it. I love it. Like I said, you're not perfect, and you're a person, whomever this is, isn't perfect either. The point is that you both feel it, and you're allowing yourselves to be caught up in what you feel and not so busy preoccupying yourself with rejecting it. So that's wonderful. The High Priestess, you're like, my intuition's telling me something, and that's in the past. So that's either recent past or old past. I don't know. It depends. Everybody's timeline's different, but we'll take a look. The Empress, and you're like, I kind of always knew. Intuitively speak, I always use that voice with us. It's humor me. I kind of knew I was heading in the direction for empowerment. You know, the Emperor, Empress, they kind of have that VIP status, you know, persons of importance. And those can be people outside of ourselves, or they could indeed be us. And right now you're showing me intuitively you feel empowered now, perhaps more now than you ever had in your life. But you always kind of knew, even back then, that eventually you'd get there. So the Empress, she is the producer, the life force, the life bringer. She brings unto the world whatever it is that she's crafting, okay? So some of you, you're just really good at what you do. You know it. You back it up. You live it every day. And you feel empowered by it. You like who you are. You've worked your way into it. You can only get to Emperor and Empress status if you show empowerment skills. That means taking responsibility and accountability for everything that works and everything that doesn't, and then learning about it in between. That's it. It's easier said than done. Queen of Wands, you're like, hi, my energy's pretty good these days. Yeah, feeling passionate, ambition. Now, don't get me wrong, there is someone else in here, but up until this point, you've been showing me that it's you. Now I got someone over here, the Lovers, like, yes, what's up? Yeah, strong connection. Nine of Cups, you're like, I know, and I'm loving it. It's wish fulfillment. You don't have any problem, it seems, embracing what you understand wish fulfillment to. And once more, guys, Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment, good wish fulfillment, healthy wish fulfillment suggests that you love yourself enough to give yourself the right things, people, places, things, situations, and circumstances. That includes people. So you're saying, I love myself enough to connect with this because I see it in myself and I want it reflected back to me. I want to be chosen too. So I see you opening your heart and your own sense of wish fulfillment to a very strong connection here because it serves you. Ideally, the both of you. Okay? Doesn't mean much if it's not returned. So, having said that, where do we want to start? Let's start here with your High Priestess, their intuition. What were your spider tingles telling you? All right. Let's do that, High Priestess, please. Some of you are intuitive without saying much. I understand. Let's see that, High Priestess, please. Of course, it always reminds me of dreams of Fleetwood Mac. I keep my visions to myself. That's right. The intuitive process is quiet. Justice, Two of Swords, the Three of Cups. Okay. Intuitively, you feel that karma might be on your side, justice might be on your side, a sense of balance. You're just like, you can't see it. Two of Swords, that's true. It's something you feel. It's not necessarily you can pinpoint down with the Two of Swords. I have to agree with you. Sometimes it's just a feeling. It's like things will connect when they're supposed to connect, when they're meant to connect. You know this. In here, you know this. Intellectually, no. Do you have a date? No. I don't think so. Although some of you've been known to pick your dates. No, this is an intuitive process that things are going to work out the way they're supposed to, when they're supposed to, when the timing is right, and not a moment before. Like I said, it's just something you feel. It's not necessarily something you say. Yeah, you're not wrong. I see you connecting very strongly with something that speaks to you soon. But you're like, until then, I'm the Empress. I got work to do. I'm a person. I have to produce. I have to provide. I need to be empowered. I got stuff going on. Yeah, you do. So we're going to go ahead and skip that because it speaks for itself. I'm kind of tempted to skip that Queen of Wands, but still. So you have some very strong fire in your chart. Now, I agree with your intuitive process, and you're dead on bang. You're absolutely right about that. Things will come together, Three of Cups, when they're supposed to. You don't have a clear definition of it. You just have a feeling. You're right. You're absolutely right. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands. Now, whether or not you have something specifically in mind, for right now, it's a general sense that when it's time to connect over love, to socially, emotionally engage, you'll know when. Queen of Wands. Current energies. Nine of Swords. Stress. Oh, the Five of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Okay, you're starting to doubt yourself a little bit. I don't know how long ago you knew this intuitively, but you're not wrong. Okay, I want you to remember that intuitive feeling, because time has passed and you've been killing it as the Empress. You're empowered, you're producing, you're doing stuff. You got a name for yourself? I don't know. I don't need to clarify it. It speaks for itself. In present day, though, you show an outward appearance of being rock and roll, right? Ambitious, driven, passionate. And I'm sure that those elements for you are true, but you're starting to lose faith in your heart's conviction that things will come together when they're supposed to. That tells me quite a bit of time has passed for some of you. Yeah. You begin to doubt your intuition. Queen of Cups. The King and Queen of Cups, part of their gig is to be intuitive. That's the whole benefit, or one of the benefits of being a feeler, emotional, is that you get the intuitive packages as par for course. Now, Nine of Swords, Five of Swords, you're starting to lose touch with the feeling. You're starting to lose touch with the intuitive process. While on the outset, maintaining a composure of, hey man, I'm rock and roll, I'm good. I'm creative, I'm passionate, I'm a go-getter, and you are still all those things. But it's almost like your outward face is trying to save face. Because on the inside, I don't know if anything's ever going to come together. I had such a powerful feeling. I don't know how long ago, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, I don't know. But you're starting to lose that intuitive faith, which is easy to do. Okay, especially if a lot of time has passed. And you're starting to think, when is that feeling ever going to come to fruition? Sometimes a little more time has to pass. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying wait. You will never hear me say wait unless I'm about to see you do something stupid. And then I'll be like, hold up. So I still wouldn't use the word wait. I would say hold up. I'm saying time has to pass. You still need to connect. You still need to try. Otherwise, your intuition's not going to continue to lead you. Okay? No. I'm not saying wait. I'm saying sometimes things take a while to unfold. That's all. You know it, felt it very strongly back then, and you can now, to this day. You can't have a strong impression like that and tell me you forgot what it's like. No. That's the mind playing up on you. That's the mind trying to trigger fears about it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. All my sexiness and my big love is going to go to waste. It's never going to happen. No, it's not true. It's not true. Okay? Try not to give in to that. Let's see the lovers. Let's see the lovely lovers. Which, once more, is not that far out from where you are. All right, let's see the lovers, please. Sorry, I started to blank out. Three of Pentacles, Judgment. Eight of Wands, bingo, bango. That's how we call it. That's how we call it. Something's coming through when it's supposed to come through. Initially, it starts out as cooperation, friendship, structure. Don't know why. That's just how these things are. Three of Pentacles over the Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles over the Lovers can be very confusing, and that's why we have to clarify it. To me, I'm saying this as a starting point. It's coming through when it's supposed to come through with Judgment, and it starts off as these things do as the Eight of Wands. It could be starting from ground zero. It could be starting out as a work contact first. It could be literally friendship first type situation. It could be going back to the drawing board with somebody if we've known this lover before. The Three of Pentacles has all those representations plus Judgment. You slap a little second chance on that, absolutely you could know this person. This could also be a brand new opportunity. I don't know. But that is that timing structure that you felt all the way back then. Something will come together in time, and it will be the correct time. I'm supposed... Why? Why was it on the tip of my tongue to say third time's the charm? Why? 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 I don't know. Let me make this clear. Whatever this is shows up in reality. Okay? It could be under any of those conditions for which I just described. I just know it's a little further out from where you currently are. Wondering if the big thing is ever going to happen for you. The big love. The one that shows up, stays, and claims. Okay. The one that you can really sink your spirit and your heart and your teeth into, if you will. While you're over here being rock and roll and the Empress. Okay. Don't forget that. Now, you will know, Eight of Wands, what form it will take. And it's going to hit you right down to the soles of your little Scorpio feet. You'll feel it. Nine of Cups, outcome, you're happy. Happy. Yes, Judgment, all those things. Powerful lesson and divine timing. You've been feeling that. A powerful judgment call and second chances. With the lovers, that's always a high probability. You bet your ass. Three of Pentacles, starting as friends or some sort of cooperative agreement surrounding, such as work, projects, something. Or clean slate. Start from the beginning, friends first. I don't know. It shows up in the 3D as communication first. It'll hit you right in the old soul there. You'll know it instantly for what it is. Right here. That's you. Coffin. Transformation. Number 8 for some of you. Polar bear. Transformation of the difficult. The ending of the difficult. The bear being a very strong weight and power source in life. Cutthroat. I got to do what I got to do. You know. Strong-willed. Strong-willed to the point of being unbearing. Okay? Transforming our strong will, ending that period of heaviness. Strength. Not feeling like we have to be so damn strong all the time. A touch of luck, the 4-leaf clover. And a letter, correspondence. Right time. You almost would have missed it, but you didn't. Or they would have missed it, but didn't. Something said at the right time. It's a detailed letter too. There it is. Like I said, it shows up solidly. This is not some little winky face text that for some reason gets people slip and slidey in their underparts. I have no idea what people get off on a smiley face text. I have no idea. Thrill me with an in-depth letter of your thoughts and feelings. Nothing else will do, right? That's the kind of shit that gets somebody's attention. That's the in-depth letter. That's not a message, baby. Those are thoughts. Those are feelings. That's depth, quality. Someone who takes the time to write their thoughts. All of them. No edits. You know what I mean. It has depth. It has weight. It has substance. It has something to pay attention to. 227. But the time here of having to be strong, strong-willed, strong-natured, transforming, changing, or it's come to an end. Okay. You got 2. 21, the moon, the unexpected, the unknown. Pay attention to your intuition. Don't forget that. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Yeah, not everything is yet known. And you know that. You feel that. There's something here about divine timing and you damn well know it. 16, lion. Harness the loyal and protective order of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. Yeah, there you go. Showing strength of will. I don't think you're trying to be intimidating. It could be the energy that's coming in. I don't know. But it's very forward. It's the unexpected, charging forward. Okay. 2116. What? Okay, we have the medallion of Taurus, but what I had was the owl in reverse. There's just some things you can't see yet. And it's not really an intelligent process, is it? It was an intuitive process that you opened up with straight away. Something will come through in a solid, cohesive, makes sense way when it's time. We can't see it yet. Okay, let's say I don't feel comfortable without letters. Okay, I need some letters. We've only had the 2 things. By the way, you might have some Taurus in your chart, could be connecting, and then also the season of Taurus might be important. We have the letters C, E, and L. We also have the medallions of Pisces as well as Aquarius. Again, once more, you could have very strong placements in your chart connecting to, or their seasons might be important. And then we have the ladybug. There it is again. A touch of luck. A touch of luck. Just at the right time. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Scorpio, honey, this was very interesting. I just like it, your outcome, so I stopped there. Okay. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's a proof of choice, not the absence of it. I see one choice here today. But your intuition from the opening was correct. Okay? You're right. And right now you're at that stage where it's like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've always been wrong. Oh, no. Why is that 3rd time's the charm? I suppose you would know. Feel free to share if it fits. All right. I hope this helped. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Pisces, past, present, future. Okay. Some of you, King of Swords, you've recently landed upon a strong decision for yourselves. Good job. What's going on, please? Pisces, past, present, future. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Well done. The 3 of Pentacles. You're making it happen. Look at you. 10 of Pentacles. Yay. Knights of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. You might have some very strong earth in your chart. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I don't know how far back in the past this is. Ace of Pentacles. I just see that you've been working through it methodically ever since. Some of you are really trying to make a new opportunity your own. Ever since it was introduced to your timeline, you took it. And you have been growing it, but specifically with the 3 of Pentacles here, making it your way with the collaboration of others. So this is a team effort. There is more than one person in here, but it's really driven under your direction. This is your opportunity. This is your time to shine. So for those of you who are doing like project management, or you're leading, or you're directing something like this, you have really managed to take whatever that opportunity is. First you got it, and you have been slowly building on it ever since. And look at what you've done. 10 of Pentacles. You are really bringing things together in terms of community, networking, resources, continuity, legend for the self, and then possibly for others. So again, there is a really strong sense sense of all hands on deck, but look at what you helped build. And it was based off your vision, your goals, your desire, your dreams. So well done to you, to your whole team. I don't quite know who all is in there, but you would. And it seems so small at the time and maybe undercredited. I don't know why I'm getting that, but you have managed to put layer upon layer of good work and your own particular signature on this time and again. And that was a process, honey. I mean, for some of you, this role only really started to take off for you maybe last year or in the past couple of years. I don't know why I'm getting that, but you take that as it resonates. And look at where it's put you in present day. You're like, look at it. I mean, like, you really do help bring things together, not just for yourself, because Ten of Pentacles isn't just personal. It's everything you're connected to and why, and all who's connected to you. And a lot's connected to you. In terms of function, serving, a purpose, I mean, more than one's personal home and finances, it's like, you're doing something that doesn't just benefit you, it benefits others. As you raise yourself, you raise others too, and you connect to the people too. And it's beautiful. And you're like, I want to keep on keeping on. Knight of Pentacles. You want to keep moving that direction. And the Ace of Wands is in your outcome. Who knows? Brand new beginning, an energy surge, passion, a source of inspiration, or just frankly, again, feeling so good about what's going on here. I don't know. Let's take a look. I'm very curious. But well done. I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning there, that Ace of Pentacles. Let's see that. Congratulations. Oh, I love it when people take an opportunity, right, and they make it their own. It might have been pre-established, but that doesn't matter. If you take on a role someone else used to occupy, it's still your chance to do something with it, to forge it or to reforge it and put your own particular touch on it, to grow something which you clearly did. So be that your own fresh, original, this is my idea, Ace, or it was an opportunity that you earned, whatever. You've done such a good job with it. So good job on the expansion. There's a lot of recognition in there. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles. And I say that you give credit to others, which is good. But they rally behind your vision. Okay, so that's lovely. Don't forget to give yourself credit too. Remember, everything begins with the self. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles, please. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'll see the nonsense. Where there are human beings, there is nonsense. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Four of Wands. This, you were contracted to this. I am saying that as a work contract. Perhaps you didn't know what to make of it at first, but you see it as a contract, again, between yourself and others. Don't get me wrong, spouse, family, friends might help with this. But once, it was a new opportunity for you and several people. Wow. Wow. But that's contract, baby. Contract work, by the way. Some of you forge contracts. You honor contracts, events. Do you work in events? Four of Wands, also traditionally in career, because money. Job, career, money. Job, career, money. Four of Wands in career context, going back to the old days, is career in events. Bringing people together. Get it? You have done so good. This one's going to be very specific, so I understand if it doesn't resonate with you, that's cool. Sorry about that. Check your the placements. For the Pisces, it does. Congratulations. This is wonderful. Wow, look at you go. You have gotten so many opportunities attracted to this. We're talking grants, we're talking recognition rights, we're talking community endeavors, like the whole thing. Wow. Wow. So good. And it's led to other opportunities too. Other people have tried to recruit you, or perhaps you got more than one gig here, and it's kind of like in that same vein. Organization, community events, community endeavors, recognition, and then building up platforms over and over again. Good job. Oh, congratulations. I mean, that's wonderful. You're clearly good at what you do. And you're like, it wasn't just me. I see it wasn't just you. But again, somebody has to carry the weight of responsibility. So don't forget to give yourself credit where credit is due. Very important. Otherwise, we're not honoring and recognizing ourselves. We have to take accountability for the stuff that does work out just as much as the stuff that doesn't. And that clearly is working out for you. So give yourself some credit. That's beautiful. Well done. I can see why you're like, I'm not leaving that anytime soon. We're just going to keep on in this direction. Knight of Pentacles. Of course I would. Who wouldn't? Look at the success you're getting. Look at what you're generating. Good job. Don't get me wrong, I still insist for some of you that all hands on deck mentality is that you probably recruit whoever is on hand. So we're talking about friends who will help, family members who will help. But it's still you manage to expand it beyond that role into something many people participate in. It's healthy, it's thriving. It's got good bones, honey. Good bones, whatever this is. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Ten of Pentacles then, see where you are. Look at that. You may not have known what this was at the time, but you kept at it. You kept at it, and you grew it. And look at it now. Look at that. Look at that. Industry, enterprise, all the big words, honey. All the good words in career. Let's see that 10. The Fool. Oh, the Six of Swords. Oh! Ooh, lolly. I know. Truths like that can be incredibly sweet. Incredibly sweet. That's so odd. It's kind of like saying I wish I had taken a chance sooner. Some of you had to exit old roles, or you were forced out of old roles. I don't quite know. It doesn't upset you anymore. It might have done once upon a time. Mostly I say it in reminiscence in current day. I should have done this sooner. Yeah, I should have, could have, would have. I mean, that's life, you know. Sometimes we have to be an approximation to difficult circumstances to understand what should be our more promising circumstances, you know. We have to have something to compare it to. Otherwise, why would we leave? Why would we change? What would be the motivation there? So I appreciate there's this idea of I had to leave. It wasn't by my choice, the Fool. I had to take a new journey, whether I liked it or not. You're saying it's a truth that's panned out very well for you, though. And now that you know what your new truth is, you operate by it as frequently as possible, which is going to serve you well. You clearly navigate the 3D, the earthian energy, the investment energy very well. Okay. So I get that. It's not easy for you to open up and take risks. It's not easy for you to change. And sometimes you were forced out of things that made you move on. I get it. But you're glad for it now. It's a happy truth now. You know? There you go. Whatever this is, you've clearly put your particular signature on it. You create more space for it every day, which is wonderful. The expansion's here, all that. So keep on keeping on. I don't blame you for not wanting to rush forward. You're like, I like the pace I'm at. It's good. It's good. Oh, that's good. Let's take a look at your Ace of Wands and the outcome. Let's see. If anything else, your cross watchers are getting restless, honey. They want some of the other stuff too. So it's like, yeah. Good for Pisces. All right, let's see that Ace of Wands and the outcome, please. Who knows? You might tie it back to work. You're like, no, it's still good over there. In future. Let's see the Ace of Wands, please. Let's see that Ace of Wands. Five of Cups and the Emperor and the Three of Swords. You know what? It might seem bananas to you now. In other words, you're like, no, there's no way. Well, way. There is a way. Human beings have such finite thinking. I was like, no, there's no way. Yeah. From your point of view, and you're doing what you're doing, makes sense. But in future, I see you opening up towards something because it's kind of like, I'd rather give into this than to keep rejecting it. Okay. Five of Cups and the Three of Swords. So that's old pain. Five of Cups is always going to be old. Sadness, reminiscence, loss, regret, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, as we often say. And water signs in particular, we are famously known for carrying this a bit longer than we should. That's not a knock on us. That's just our process. We're emotional investors. Okay. And while you admit to yourself that there is some unresolved pain in your heart, you're going to stand up to it with the Emperor there. You're going to show some energy that's positive. Maybe some hope. But you believe in it as the Emperor. I want to show something hope. I want to show something goodwill. I want to show something intent. I want to show something, my own particular light. And you are showcasing your light. But it's not in a way that's arrogant in future. It's something that you feel you have to do. So I see you standing up for your own good energy, positive intentions, maybe even a touch of passion in there. It's nothing crazy. It's more like very controlled fire from the Emperor. But it's a kind of strength of will of, I want to put good energy into something that used to ail me in the past. And I don't want it to ail me anymore. So I don't know how you're doing that. I don't know how you're expressing it, but I see you directly turning around and addressing something that used to hurt. And with a good, strong energy infusion, I think the plan is to help you, bare minimum, to feel less bad about it. It benefits you in some way. Okay? And it's the first time I saw you. It's so funny because you didn't show me, I'm empowered badass over here, I'm taking charge. You gave credit to others. You have a fairly extensive network. And you were quick to give credit to other people. You were quick to give credit to people who helped you through these contracts, family members, friends. You even gave credit to the stuff that dismissed you against your will. And you don't ache about it anymore. But the one time I see you stand firm as an own person, this is something I have to do, is when we turn on the light to something a little bit more personal. Naturally I'm curious about that, but you would know where you want that good Ace of Wands energy to go. And it's looking like it's to alleviate some pain in your heart. All right. And you want to. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm seeing a Pisces who's choosing to do this. Okay? So I say good luck to you. It's a little bit further out, you're saying? Distant, I don't know how far out, but you're saying that you're a little preoccupied at the moment. But you're saying, yeah. 36, distant horizon. It's out there. I need a little more space between myself and work. So you have an idea of when you might do that Ace of Wands. But for the most part, you're saying you're really tied down in your work goals at the moment. I see that. In the courthouse, making everything sure is fair, the adjudication principles, making sure all your documents are lined up in a particular row, everything is dotted, crossed, and double-checked. Got it. Oh, you're putting in more contracts now as we speak, aren't you? Yeah. The Book of Wisdom, I am preparing for the things I know to be true. Yeah, this is something you know you need to do. The record. Records, you keep records. It's a personal record, though. It's not quite a diary. It's a journal of thoughts, events, or ideas about your contracts. Like a little leather-bound notebook. Something like a moleskin notebook or something like that. Where you kind of have a personal track record of your various contracts. Something that you kind of keep to yourself, like a mental log. Points that you want to stress, finesse. What you say, how you say it, you carefully articulate it in your own personal book before you share it with others. That was different. Well, that's good, though. That's part of the learning process. Why do you think you got so good at what you do? Is it because you don't think about it or because you do? Because you carefully articulate your thoughts or you don't carefully articulate? You know what I'm saying? No, it's one of the things that's made you successful. Very good. Number 26. The moon. Scorpio also got this one. Number 21. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Yes, very good. All right. And for some of you, simply the next full moon, which I didn't get with Scorpios, but with yours, yeah. What is the next full moon? That's it'll be upon us within a week. It'll be the full moon in Cancer. Yeah. Around that time. I think 19, 20, 21, something like that. That's an emotional moon for some of you. It's Cancer. You're gonna be feelings gonna be high at the Cancerian full moon. I mean that's life. We have the letters C, H. The mask is in reverse and upside down. Someone here is taking off their mask. Okay, dropping the mask, dropping the pretense, the need to hide. Okay, cool. I'm always for that. We have the medallion of Libra in reverse, the key word here being charming. And then we have the coffee bean. Someone really enjoys their coffee. We find that coffee is the great communicator. When you're out there running around, like, I bet you have lots of coffee. But yeah, some of you are really into your coffee. You enjoy a good cup. We have many a fond memory over coffee, that kind of thing. All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Oh, of course. Hello. Hello. Perhaps the full moon in your sign or season might be important as well. Obviously, the moon is one of your power constructs. Honey, it's like I say all the time. We get there in the end, okay? We get there in the end. All right? All right. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Cancer. Past, present, future. Show me, Cancer, please. Past, present, future. Ace of Wands, the Star, the Sun, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Cups. Oh, isn't that lovely? Some sort of communication in the past. It doesn't look like it's too far away because the star's right after it. FYI. And this is why some of you are here, so don't be surprised. But FYI, for some of you, that's yet to happen. Your past is yet to be your past. For some of you, you're actually literally looking at the future, but it's like right around the corner future. So that FYI, that's for some of you, that's a small portion of you. But this is communication that has yet to take place, or it's on the precipice of it. It's prior to, it seems, right before Aquarius season, which is what we're technically in. We're right before it. So just FYI. But yeah, communication. It's either being generated by you or it's coming to you. I don't know. But it is recent past. And for those of you who's just happened, there you go. That's what a reading's like. Sometimes sometimes it just jumps us into where we are today because it's about to happen. So the kind of priority energies take over instead of just past orientation. But trying to keep it true to the root. Eight of Wands, some of you already in the recent past, then communications already occurred. Either you generated it or, like I said, it came towards you. And, well, we was talking and we got happy with the star. It's kind of like, I got a vision now. There's something there about the words. I can't take them back and I don't want to because it's meeting some idea of hope. A very strong one, a very strong wish, a very strong desire. It's like, oh, who knew communication could make me feel like that, make me want to reach for something more specifically. And it's the sun. It looks like we're reaching for the sun. So by the time this catches up in present day, you're going to be glowing like this. That's awesome. You're showing me the sun and the star, and I often compare those two. That way people have an idea of the kind of weight they carry. So the sun is like the simplest element of happiness you can achieve. However, it also suggests long-term happiness because we know what makes us happy. If we inherently know what makes us happy, we acknowledge it, then we will always do our best to try to incorporate it. So that's what I say. Once you know what makes you happy, you can always find ways to make yourself happy. You know? The star, though, that's a long-term vision. It takes a lot more to reach it or acquire it. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a little bit more than wishing and wanting. We have to be willing to reach for it. It takes more work. But those two combined, oh, yeah. Okay, 9 of Cups before you in future. Again, you're showing me I am very pleased with myself. As you should be. You're choosing something and it feels good to you. And it's a form of wish fulfillment, which I've seen for you not once but twice. So don't fix what ain't broke. Page of Wands Page of Cups in the future. Continue to keep your heart open towards this. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. This is great. I love this. I love this for you. This is great. I like seeing this. I'm sorry. I'm super curious about that 8 of Wands. We're going to start right there. For some of you, this is recent past, like it just happened, like yesterday. Let me know if that's you. And for others of you, it's yet to be. Sometimes they're predictive, like I said. All right, 8 of Wands. Like it's coming. It's coming through. Oops. Let's see the 8 of Wands, please. By oops, I mean I hit the desk near my foot, and so hopefully the bounce back's not too bad. 8 of Wands. Let's see the 8 of Wands. The Four of Cups, the Sun, and the Three of Wands. Oh, honey. I've been waiting such a long time. I'm not going to have to wait much longer. Again, I honestly don't know which way the communication's going. I would tell you if I could. If you're about to deploy it, it's going to alleviate your blues. Four Cups. And it will tap you into that happiness. That simple happiness. Something that, it might be simple, but you communicating with it represents your willingness to have it in your life. Which means it's a pretty strong, consistent sun element for you. So if you've recently decided to open yourself up towards some sort of communication, and it took you a long time, Three of Wands, to understand that's what you wanted to do, you've been waiting on yourself to do it, congratulations. You will have success if it comes your way. If it comes your way. Please know it took a while to arrive. You might have been waiting for it. You know my thoughts on waiting. You have to know what's worth waiting for. Indeed, then I hope you're happy. Waiting is a precarious thing. I don't recommend it because people get lost to waiting and losing sight of why they started waiting. And then that means you can spend a lot of portion of your life on something that may or may not happen just because you wanted it or hoped it would. So when I say you got to know what's worth waiting for, that's exactly what that means. So for those of you who are waiting for that day, that communication, that special communication, and it was everything you'd hoped it would be, and it pulls you out of the Four Cups, and it makes you happy. It hits your happiness zone. Then I'm happy for you. And, you know, for those of you who were waiting on yourselves to deploy that communication, like I said, you were waiting on yourself. That's where the unhappiness was coming from. You allowing yourself to feel happy by saying something that you needed to say that was within you the whole time. So you take it as it resonates. We're going to go ahead and, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do the star. I've seen your sun principle. Let's see your star. Let's see what this was this all about. Let's see that star, please. Show me the star. No, it's like you showed me the sun. I got it. Let's see the star, though. That has a higher desire attached to it. Let's see that star, please. Okay. King of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. It's interesting. You're showing me different elements of wanting peace for yourself. Longevity, Ten of Pentacles, stability, name, reputation. It means a lot to you. I have someone here you're communicating with that recognizes it. They see it in you the way you see it in yourself, which is beautiful. It's kind of like your sun then is icing on your star cake. That makes sense. Someone whose words we value then is recognizing everything we have achieved. And you have achieved a great deal. It's a big part of who you are. Your long-term vision then was not created from communication. I have someone communicating with you who can verify everything you've done. The word there means a lot. And it makes you proud. And the King of Swords and Four of Swords gives you a lot to reflect on about you personally. And it's healing in nature. It soothes you. Like, I did do all this. And it means a lot to me that you recognize it. So that's lovely. So that's a star that you've already achieved. It's the words that someone's reflecting back on you that makes you feel proud of yourself and connected. But again, you did those things. But it's nice that it looks like you're receiving validation and it makes you very happy. Okay. That's lovely. That's lovely. I don't know whose words it is that means so much to you, but it puts you in a very reflective state of you personally and everything that you have kind of set your mind upon and determined upon and focused on. It's quite nice. That's lovely. The sun you showed me. This person's word, I want to say validation, but the recognition from this person means a lot to you. It does. Let's see your Nine of Cups, please. Let's see that Nine of Cups. You've worked very hard to achieve what you have. The connectivity, the resources, your foundation, in short. That has always been a long-term vision for you, and many of you have succeeded in this. But somehow, in speaking to the element that makes you personally happy, it kind of brings it all home. Okay. It kind of brings it all home. Ace of Wands, the Magician, Temperance. The more you talk to this in future, the more you understand how much you want it. I don't know how else to put that. But you want it personally, for you. It feels good to you. It's for you. You want those words to be aimed at you for a long time. And you intend to keep those words and continue to pull them in with the Magician there. So Nine of Cups, a strong sense of personal wish fulfillment, understanding that you love yourself enough to continue to give you that which you feel you deserve and is a good representation of what you love and why. Eight of Wands, you want to keep the words going no matter what. You will continue to manifest them. And in so doing, give it time and patience, and it heals you in many ways. I see that this person's words have a healing effect on you. They really do. You showed me that twice. This person's opinion means a lot to you. You want to keep those words going no matter what. You're emotionally invested in this, you know that, right? I just want to make sure you know, because I can tell that you have a very astute nature. You have a sharp mind, and you have a very strong-willed determination. You get shit done. I see that. But these words personally strike home to you, and they seem to be forged just for you, and you want more of them. You showed me word, not deed. Perhaps that comes in time. But these words hit a personal note that you can't seem to find anywhere else. I'm sorry I'm being so vague. I just... so these words, they're right around the corner from where you are in this reading. I would love to know who starts them. But they have their intended effect. You find them calming, soothing, and it gives you much to reflect upon. Makes you happy. You want the words to continue no matter what. And I see them pulling towards you. And as you do, it's healing, it's soothing, it's all those things. Just for funsies, let's go ahead and do that Page of Cups, please. Does this person have a way with words? Do they? The Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hermit. At some point in the future, you're going to look backwards and see how your heart was justified, and perhaps always was. I don't know why you need that element, but you do. There's an implication of time here and how this can make you happy and still makes you happy, and that your heart was open towards it, and perhaps it always was. But you need the long-term view before you can see that. And that your feelings for this, no matter what they were always correct. But you need the passage of time before you could appreciate it. But for now, you're showing me emphasis on how this person affects you via their words. That in and of itself, to me, is a big clue about what they mean to you personally, when someone's words can affect you so deeply, or beautifully, or purely, or in a state of healing. Even if it pisses you off, the point is, because temperance is in there. Trust me, I'm sure you guys have had some conversations. It's not just all peace and rainbows and butterflies. The hard stuff is in there too. But no, it's how you look back on it and say your love for this was correct. It always was. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're manifesting more of that influence. And so far, it seems to be influence. Okay? Once more via words. Now, don't get me wrong, 8 of Wands can be actions, but for now, I see the starter package, if you will, as being constructive language. Oh. We got a little lover. Well, you're not telling me about it. Or you didn't want to be too blunt. Perhaps it's a lover yet to know. That's not right. You're familiar with this person's words. You've been waiting on them for a while. Softer words, too. So here we have the tulips, the representation of the lovers, the preferred flowers of lovers. It's like a bad commercial, right? The preferred flowers of lovers everywhere. The tulips, though, traditionally it was, yeah. Number 9, yeah. We want, we have the thoughts on this. Oh, we have some very special, oh, I'm sure we do. We have some very special thoughts. And we, like I said, we're open to the influence. We're open to the influence. It shapes you. Constructive criticism, but love in that point of view of, okay, we are actively, it's like a muse energy here, a muse relationship. It influences you. You like the influence. More than that, you're going to look back on this in time and say how your feelings were always justified. And they always represented love in some way. The main female has transformed. Scorpio energy here. Could be that's it, and that's all there is to it, female Scorpio. But this person represents transformation, change of love of the heart, that kind of thing. Number 8 and 2. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. I like the richness of the words here. What would they think? What would they say? They have a lot of words for you. But I honestly don't know where it starts. I can see how things kind of craft in your mind. The Chariot, that's you, darling. Okay, number 6. The Chariot. Charge ahead with confidence. Stay strong and focused. You got this. Whatever this is has forward momentum attached to it. You're driving it. I wanted to know. It showed me you. You're driving it. You're the driving force. I'm not saying it's fault or responsibility. What I'm saying is I wanted to know where it starts. That's all I wanted to know. Is where does it start? Either way, the effect it has on you is the same. What I particularly, and it might be some sort of union that you share with somebody that is going to be word-based at first. That happens. Fair enough, true enough. Number 15, the key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those who are ready to let go of the past. Okay. Very good. And open new doors or change. Okay. We have, like I said, some of you, it is just, I just got that woof of Scorpio energies. Scorpio's medallion is like some of you straight up Scorpio. It's just the bluntness of our energy, just like, I'm here. Are you talking shit about me? That's like, I give us a lot of shit, as I should. And I can do, because I am one. 3 times over, specifically. And then we have the medallion of Aquarius in the reverse. Yeah. Friendly, the key word here. I'm sure it starts out real friendly. But no, I'm telling you, Aquarius season, or right thereabouts prior to Cupid's arrow, or Sag's arrow. Some of you might have some very prominent Sag in your chart. But no, I'm saying that as the arrow striking. The thoughts and the words are striking. I can't make it any more... It is what it is. All right, and the letter U. I don't know why I punctuated it like that. You. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Whoever you are. And crescent moon. The crescent moon might be important to some of you. Okay. Cancer, honey. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. I like the words. I'm not sure how else to put that. They have a touch of creativity in it. Like I said, there's a kind of muse energy in here. Which means things aren't always straightforward. But there's always a good feeling of intent and love behind it. Sometimes it's creative. Sometimes it packs a punch. Sometimes it's subtle. Anyway, I like your conclusion there at the end. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.